Do testing grounds.
Oh no! We don't want it to Facebook. No. Add channel. We want Facebook, but we don't want a personal profile. We want Caslo's one. I might have to go on live again and then go live again.
Like,
We don't want personal. We want Caslo. Okay, so it's online on YouTube. It should be online on Twitch now, and then I think it's gonna be online on Facebook.
Let's see.
Let's see, guys. And then there's a way where you can grab the chat too. You just go to Restream.
my audio is gonna go to. Oh no.
Do you guys see? Is it live? Is it? Are we
live? Not yet. Not live on mine. It like takes a minute. Always takes a minute for me.
It's live, shorter. I think it's live. No, it's not live. There's like a clip.
It takes like a minute, I think, to load on.
Okay, now we're live.
Now we're live.
Yeah.
Twitch looks like it's still loading.
Yeah, Twitch is still loading.
Let's get chat going.
Oh, now we're up.
Now we're online. Hooray, the chat is waiting. Oh, there's one person viewing. Fuck yeah.
It's me.
Oh, nice. What's up? She says, I'm ready.
All right. I'm gonna change this over to Zoom because I know it's gonna be a bitch in a couple seconds. So what do we do while we wait? We just do a fat wait.
Yeah, we do a fat wait.
Yeah, just
wait
for a few people to join in. Hey guys, I'll type in the chat.
I'm gonna go put a nice little story and be like, yo,
I can't even.
What?
I think it's picking up us up. I can't hear on here.
Caitlin's in.
We sound muffled.
What's up, Caitlin? See you.
Like Brody sounds clear, but we sound.
We are on, folks.
You guys sound muffled?
No, what's it again? We are live, baby.
I wonder. Hey, can you guys hear like Natalia and? Oh, she says you all sound clear. Okay, cool.
Hello.
Cool. People are joining.
I want to watch the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I just turn on the chat only on here.
On where?
How do you do that?
Go to your settings, and then you'll have this menu pop up, and it'll say audio chat or chat only, and you can just do chat only, and it'll bring up just the chat stuff, so you don't have to hear.
Yeah.
Like your shit.
Your shit.
Love and run. In fact,
I'm not even like. There's no chat button. Like I can't even do any chatting.
Well, see, with Restream, I have like, so it goes like the Twitch, and it doesn't matter which one they're on. I get the messages for all
CCC.
of them. So
let's end up on recommended channels.
That'd be sweet.
I can't even chat on the chat group. There's no option for me to.
You can't?
No.
Not on Twitch, you can't?
I'll do a fat.
Yeah, I can on Twitch.
Why not?
I don't know. Do you have that option off?
No, it should be. Anyone should be allowed to chat. Is it maybe?
Nothing, dude.
What?
Yeah, there's no chat option for me.
They're talking on Twitch, though. Like you guys can talk in the chat on Twitch, right?
I'll close out and then.
Actually, I don't know. I got to.
Oh, now I can. Now it must have been like a little glitch thing.
Oh, okay.
I apparently broke my Twitch account.
Are they seeing my screen still?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
Well. They're.
Yeah, they're totally seeing mine. Wait, they need to be seeing Zoom. So let's open up Zoom.
Oh, sure. There. It doesn't matter really.
I hate the ads on here.
Okay, so we're gonna go. Natalie, I guess, should share your screen because you're gonna be the one with the project on it.
All right, let me try to log in. Oh no, why does I always need a verification code for something? I didn't do. It wasn't my fault.
Natalie with the green screen.
I'll just put the griffin in the background. All right, wait. How do I get over to? All right, Caslow.
I'm definitely 100% not hungover right now.
Really?
It's
That's interesting.
That's a lie. It's a lie.
All right, you're.
A little bit
Turn on
hungover.
chat only.
Classic
There
me
you go.
though.
Chat.
Is anybody in here or is there nobody?
There's a few
There's like
people.
And Faniax is in here.
How do you know who's in here?
I just see the people chatting on here. Love and Run's in here.
So we got a few. We got a couple. It says there's
Uh,
5
six
people.
viewers,
So.
6 viewers so far.
It says there's 1 watching on Facebook, there's 1 on YouTube, and there's 3 on Twitch.
Oh, it's just we went from 6 to 4 on here.
Who's
We
on?
went down to 4 from 8, but it's all good. It's all good.
It says that we have 3, and now I got an ad.
There's 1 watching on Facebook, there's 1 on YouTube,
my
and there's
phone.
3 on Twitch.
It's just CTO Murrow is on. Hello.
Yo, hey
That's
guys,
me.
we're just gonna
That's
like
just
wait a
me.
little bit longer to start going through the project. Like, I don't know, we'll probably go through it in like another 5 or 10 minutes or something. We're just gonna kind of let a few more people join.
Play some
I
ads.
gotta post it
Yeah.
in the
Can you
group.
say Spotify music?
If no one joins, then fuck it. We'll just
Some-
start.
Some
But
elevator music.
yeah, play some background music, guys.
Press down the piano.
Play some piano.
Oh!
I need to figure out how to share this in the group. 1 sec.
I'll share this.
Who the heck is this guy?
Share. Share it in that. Some
I like
people
how
should
we
join
just
now.
directly share this to all the Discords I'm in.
Hello, guys. We are at 7. We are at the fatness in 7.
7.
We're almost
7.
at.
Wow,
Alright.
big numbers.
All 7 of you, we love you. What's up?
half of them are probably us. We love ourselves. We love ourselves.
Yeah, actually, I think the few that was me. One of them's
One-
me
one
because
of
them.
I'm watching from my phone. Fuck, I don't feel good.
So
Damn it.
it's all good. It's all good.
I mean, I don't feel that bad. I just need a good old nap, you know?
Why does everybody want me right now? I'm getting messages. Hey, can you do me a favor? No.
No, I'm fucking busy, bro. Mm-hmm.
I just said I want to go. So it'll only take a minute.
We're busy.
All right.
Okay, so counting down. What do you guys think? At 7:10, should we start doing the track breakdown?
At 50 viewers. Then
I like 7-Eleven better.
7:11.
11:30.
It's a bit better.
I want some fucking tea. That's what I want right now.
We'll get some tea. You got a couple minutes if you want to grab a little sweet.
Actually,
Oh,
bro.
what
that?
the hell is that?
Do you have a beard
Is that a
downstairs?
smoke machine in your room?
Wait, Preston.
Yeah.
You
play
have a
it?
smoke machine in your room.
Wait, what?
Smoking up his room.
What the fuck? CO2 just going off in his room.
This is a story show that we were supposed to play right here, baby.
My fans.
That's the
listening to
story's
it,
live
turn it
stream.
on.
So
Yo, if you guys are in the chat, say what up. Say
Oh,
what up
I
to
need the
us.
glasses. Thank you. I gotta protect my eyes.
Get the glasses.
Shout out to you guys. Hold
Me too,
up.
me too,
My
me
chat's
too.
not loading. Just
Preston,
kidding.
get your damn
I'll just be chat, man. I'll see you on chat.
Why isn't it fucking loading?
We're at,
Oh,
at
wait.
8, but I know only 5 of those are probably like
Eight people.
8. Wow.
8
going
whole
up.
people, dude. Okay, we love all 8 of you.
You mean like 2 of you because
Fucking I don't know how to get back to the chat.
only people that were on our first stream know about the glasses.
Maybe I should be like, type 1 if you think I should get a haircut finally.
No, actually, yo, there's 11 of us. There's 11 whole
Oh.
people watching.
Wow,
We're up
that's
to
that's
11.
wow.
that's
That's
really.
7-Eleven.
Yeah,
I got
there's 7 on Facebook, but we're dropping a few. You know, they're not interested in us.
Boost it real quick.
You bring up the project to give them something to look at.
Yeah. Okay.
Here.
All right. Well, should we start this walkthrough soon? A couple
We
more
should
minutes,
start-
maybe.
We got stream memento.
Oh, why am I on here
Now we're
now?
on Natalia's thing.
Oh,
See it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at
So
this
this is
project.
Love Ain't Changin. Wow, there wasn't that many tracks in there. Only 95.
oh, we went up to 9.
All right, one second. I gotta clean my glasses. I literally just messed it up.
Can you move the little zoom thingy? Oh yeah.
What thing? Oh yeah, I will.
I can move the dude, because they're seeing like this thing, like when I'm dragging it.
Oh, they're seeing yours.
I don't know. I'll put up our pretty faces over here in the corner. Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna go make tea, guys. I'm dying. BRB.
All right, no problem. We shall get this started with
I
a
don't even know if I
broken
have a beer
strap.
downstairs. I forget my last beer.
I got a nice white claw. Underage drinking, not permitted. Any of the cops in the chat, please. No, please. All right, wait. Let's go see. All right, let's go play that piano through. Let's see if it actually plays. Can anybody hear this? Wait. Wait. Can you hear that?
I can hear that. That doesn't sound like Love Ain't Changin' though.
It doesn't. Yeah, is the project LSC? Yeah. Okay, you guys can hear it. Okay, cool. I don't remember even putting that in there, to be honest.
It sounds like Mako.
Sounds like Dead Mouse.
Sounds like Mako.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there's the piano.
Let's do Loving Changing stripped version, just like Millennium.
Okay, so which layer do they think they want to see first?
I don't even know. All I want to point out
is technically
the guitars were broken before this because I don't use the old plugins anymore. Heads up for all you people that do realize it is not the same. And the drop guitar they're all very close, but
So
not
basically,
to the
the project isn't the exact same as when we released the song, but like it sounds pretty close still.
It could be if we install the plugins, but I don't want to install any more shit on my computer. Oh,
I guess
sheep.
probably start with maybe the acoustics, like the pianos and guitars and stuff.
Acoustics, pianos, and guitars. Okay, let's see what we got. Guitar. Are we gonna go over like processing? Does everybody want to know what processing we use, or do you guys just want to go like
In
pianos?
the chat, do you guys want to know like the processing of the instruments too, and like some of the music theory behind it, or do you just kind of just like want to, like I don't know, how in depth do we go here basically? Sweden, see what they say. Hold on. My chat's
everything in
again.
Phonics says.
Everything.
Blonde fam. Oh, hey,
A couple of people
What's
had
up, Ben?
asked. Who's the Ben?
Oh, there's 15 people now. Woohoo! Look at us.
Gregory.
It's the clout from Preston. All right.
Okay, let's just go over the processing too. Fuck it.
Okay.
We'll bore
Guitars.
some people, but the producers will be stoked.
Yo, what? I don't remember doing this shit like this. All right.
You recorded that guitar like 15, 20 times.
Well, the first demo we had, it was trash, and
Yeah,
then we decided to redo it
funny
at
we
the
said-
last minute. I was like, no, this is not good enough.
I remember we sent that
okay.
first demo to Ben.
Oh yeah, I was like, no. Guitar. All right.
I think I still have that
processing.
first demo actually.
THU with a preset. That actually, this isn't even what we originally had, but you can find any preset.
Make sure I'm not
Some
gonna eat chips, 'cause
reverb.
then they'll just hear me chewing.
And some nice compression, EQ, and then some frequency ducking. But that's it for the bass, and then the same thing for the high.
So basically, it's just an amp, some reverb, compression, EQ, and
Yeah, that's it.
more EQ cleaning it up for
And
processing.
then bus compression, because I wanted to smooth it all out together. Because I don't know why I recorded this in two parts. I think it was impossible to play for the bass notes that I had played, so I did that. Oh yeah, this thing. Well, not that. The worst sound. I remember saying that to Preston, and at first time he goes, "It sounds like what is it? What was the song? Over Getting Over You by Said to Sky."
Yep.
Oh my
shoot.
How did you make that? Maybe point how we made that squeaky ass fucking sound.
All right. Brace your ears.
Oh.
It's what? Some weird patch?
Massive. Oh, there you go. I was gonna say Mass Effect. Sorry.
That's weird that turned into that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I remember I was supposed to cut up the vocal originally, but I just used this. That's literally the intro. And then a piano over that. All right, verses. Are we going through vocals too? We'll go through that later.
Yeah, we can go through the vocals later.
Let's see. We're using what? I think Noir, right? Is what we decided to use. I think. Let's see. It loads.
Yeah, maybe go show them like the piano that you used, and then just the processing on the piano.
Let's see. Noir.
Yeah, pretty.
And then yeah, I think we just compression, a little bit of compression. Boosted a little bit of silkiness and I guess punchiness. Don't know why. And then EQ and some ducking. I think I just cut out the lows. Meeting will end in 10 minutes.
What? Uh-oh.
I guess I'll upgrade that while we're at it, folks. Let me just stop this. One sec.
I want to not show that information.
I'll be right back.
We gotta
I like
make
how
sure
we're just turning into just buying stuff.
we gotta make sure the meeting doesn't crash on us. So sorry, guys. Just give us like a few minutes here.
Oh, now it's telling me I forgot my password. That's nice.
I like how I'm wearing a Millennium hoodie right now. It's funny.
Give me a minute. I almost have it.
Yeah.
Did you buy the thing too, Brody?
What?
Did you
This
buy
Millennium
your
hoodie I bought in like
Zoom?
2017.
Can you screen
He's gonna
share
be a
your
sponsor of New
credentials?
Glennis beer.
Yeah, you want to see my card number?
Yes, please.
Oh, I got you.
And yeah, I brought Restream.
All right. Oh.
Oh.
It's PayPal. Thank God.
Speaking of pianos.
I'm
I
just
don't know,
gonna ask
you
them
know,
in the chat what parts they want to see us go over.
you guys haven't tried a piano, I'd definitely give Nori a fucking chance because it's awesome. You're stuck on Alicia Keys or something like that, or looking for a new piano, check Nori out by Native Instruments.
Isn't it Noir?
Noir.
I don't
Or
know.
Noir. I don't
Oh my
know.
god, I forgot about the
I think
T.
so.
We are back.
I never can say it right.
I like when it tells you to select the cars, and you do,
Or-
but it says you're wrong.
You got 8 minutes.
Okay, all right, we're 10 seconds away. It's just trying to steal my PayPal.
They want to know who's the girl that wrote the song. Her name was Alicia. Oh my God, no,
Alina.
Alina.
Yeah.
I didn't say Alicia. I knew it started with an A. So I don't even know my own.
It's the same. Your meeting has now been upgraded, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We're premium now.
All right. Well, we're premium. We're back. Okay. So verses. The piano is super simple. What else we got going on here? Ambience.
Tell me, recorded those birds outside your house.
What's up?
They said we recorded those birds outside your house.
I know. I didn't remember. This is from some pack. I think, right? Yeah, this is all from pack. What else did we do? Actually, I don't remember this being that dry. But yeah, no, it's just percussion. Let's see what we got for. Nice and simple. Is it? Did anybody point anything out? They said what lyrics? There's an upgrade message.
Yeah,
in
the
middle of
lyrics.
stream.
Who wrote them?
Why does it say there's an upgraded message? Oh, it's Brody's got to click it. Brody has to click it. Brody. Wait, let me read what these guys said really quick.
There's an upgraded message in the middle of the screen. It says, "They're saying on chat."
The key part of the song. Here it is. Ready? A Glock
Dude,
is
Magic
shield.
Box can't be used.
What?
The little. They're saying what? Oh, I thought they said what little box, the little hybrid keys.
Oh, I thought so. Oh, somebody asked. Oh, never mind.
What is it and how?
This?
Yeah.
This is a library contact. I think it's literally just the same sound.
Little hybrid.
Yeah, I think it's just saturation. Yeah, saturation, tape saturation. What is it? Reverb, EQ. Not wow.
Not
That's
too
doing
much.
that's doing a lot. That's doing a lot. That's doing a real lot. Oh yeah, and then we brought guitar chugs in. So same exact processing as before. I don't know why this is.
I think we just wanted to spread them out better. Why not? To put
Yeah. I
Um,
did two separate ones. One's lower and one's higher. Like this is high and then this is low.
Hey, bro. Oh, bro, you have that as a thing.
I'm back.
You need to click out that message in the middle of the screen that everyone's.
Yeah, sorry
Oh,
guys.
it's gone.
That was my bad. Put on headphones, that way there's no like feedback into my mic.
Oh boy, piano bass. If anyone cares on how that was even made, it's just a piano and then cut. That's all it is. Nice. What else did we do? Vocoders. Can't show those because those are broken. Build up. Super simple. Kashmir claps.
Yep.
Yeah. We're
And
catching
then-
stuff, guys. Get that.
I think Preston sent this, and then we chopped it up, and then we. All right, wasn't this yours, Preston? I think it was from the pre-drop, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Is it from this?
Yep.
Oh, it was something like that, yeah. And then we cut that out. De-reverbed it. Okay, what else did we do? Oh, the
We had
best
those
part.
vocoders because
I know. Well, okay, here
Uh.
for just so you can hear what they are doing, I'll just put something else on it so you can kind of hear. Where the
A
hell is
vocoder,
it?
for people that don't know, is just like a robotic kind of sounding
Very
vocal
robotic.
underneath the main vocal. So
infinite in
Just-
phonics. You should know that. We did it to
Am I-
our song.
Am I blind?
Hmm?
Ah,
Yeah.
I found it.
Well, Trivecta was like, you need some vocoders on the song. We're like, okay.
Chorus never hurts. I think this is all it is. Just okay.
okay, silent.
Oh, you know what? What did I? All right, look for side chain
Oh,
so I can
God.
put this on here.
Uh,
There, trigger, something trigger. Let me look for the name of it. It's like lead vocal. No. It's one of these. Vocoder. Okay, look for something vocoder. Look for the V,
Stop.
We're
so we can fix this really quick.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
down, right before you go down by the arrow. It
You
says
see it?
lead vocal and then vocal.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pushing my life down
nice.
against
Is this
the
broken?
chills and nothing
Did it break?
from the city on.
Oh, that was the grid. That was the grid.
Oh,
The
shit.
other one was. Let me copy it over. The other one is
From the city on.
same thing. Oh, that's right. We didn't do anything. It was just grid. That's all it was.
I don't think it was you for this part.
No, it was used, but I think I had too much, and then I remember it was like you should turn it down a bit, and I was like, here, let's just simplify it. Okay, that's it. Yeah,
The
nice.
robot.
The robot's
Preston, you
now.
dead? Where you at, huh?
Yeah.
He's silent.
Yeah.
I'm over here. I just have my studio monitors on, so I don't want it to reverb into your feed.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he doesn't have headphones on.
It's
All
like
right.
my
Go
headphones
over
on.
the drop stuff now. People have wanted to know about the drop.
Mm.
Oh shit, my phone went on.
So start with the drop.
Somebody asked, "What's the vocal chop thing?" It is chopped up vocal or something synth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in the
Or
beginning.
whatever. Kind of briefly. Yeah, this thing we're talking about.
I think so. I don't know.
I don't know. I just
Yeah,
made it 'cause
boy asked that. Yeah, boy.
I was trying to mimic like an actual vocal chop without having to make a vocal chop.
Oh, my brother's in there.
Because-
Hey, Justin.
Oh,
Well, he was
is
in
this
there.
the one I met?
Yeah, I think
Oh.
you met Justin.
Is that the one that came to your apartment?
Like back when I lived in the basement suite. Yeah, I think that was my brother.
Oh, okay.
Who wrote the song? I means why? The
No.
lyrics. Oh, Alina Renee wrote the lyrics, and she wrote the melody and everything. She was the vocalist on this song.
I'm eating. I'm sorry.
You're asking how we process that vocal choppy synth.
Yes.
So this one.
All right.
I
Okay.
guess
I
we did a tutorial
Good
on this
question.
actually.
That's good.
think he's talking about this one though. The
Oh
broken
yeah,
one.
I mean it's still a
fuck.
similar processing chain though.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, it is.
But we'll go over
We did,
this.
yeah. It's literally the synth is the only thing. Like if it were to be something else, a different sound, I don't think would work.
Oh.
But I think it's the synth that's most important. Let me see what we did. It was okay. Let's just I think okay. Automated the LFO on one of these. Let me see. I don't even remember how to. I barely use this. Shoot, there it is. Nope, sorry. Nope. There it is. All right, LFO tool, not tool, but LFO on both oscillators, and then there's a weird thing I think called random in here that you can apply to like the volume, and then if you like put it on, you listen. It like kind of just distorts it. That's it, and then that's literally it. If you turn all this off, I think it's just
Yeah.
the simplest sound, and then you turn this up and got a nice little hiss. And then the processing, yeah, we've done a tutorial on like a vocal chop kind of thing. It's literally just it's a little more updated in the newer one, but this is just essentially the same thing without boosting the boosting 12 semitones or whatever. But it's super simple. Honestly, that's just the sound. It's literally just the massive patch and then reverb. Okay, what else? What else we going to the drum now?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't really go over the chain, but he could just check the other
You want
tutorial.
to check the train?
Well, I mean, basically, okay, we have another tutorial on YouTube already, or on Instagram too, about how we did the vocal chops. So if you go check that out, it's pretty similar chain.
Like here, if I turn it off, you'll hear pretty much what it's doing. Like I could probably simplify this down to like 3 plugins, but I wasn't as good at the time. I didn't really know as much. And then if you turn on, it's just literally EQ'd it out, like I think quite a bit. Yeah, just EQ'd it like almost with a phone preset, and then just reverb. Like that's pretty much all you could have used.
Yeah.
And then maybe just some sort of distortion. That's it.
Yeah, we could go drop. I guess start with drums maybe.
Drop. Oh yeah, drums.
Drop
Let's just turn
drums.
all this off and the sub off. Okay, so.
Pretty
and then we got
basic.
Reverse
Yeah.
cameras.
I like this.
Hi-hat, shaker,
Percussion.
percussion loop.
That's about it.
Play off cashmere.
And then we have the vocal chop melody inside of here too, doing the same thing. Okay. Oh.
Or not.
Well, I listened to this, and I think it's because some of the plugins are broken. That doesn't sound that good, but it's really muddy. All right. Guitars. Let's see, Okay, wait. Okay, back when we were first making the drop, I remember Preston and I were losing our mind trying to figure out what the hell to do.
Yep.
So, well, I think we were going through some of your songs, and you took out the guitar melody, and one of your songs we put it underneath. It was this, right? It was like a remix, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you took it out. I said it
Yeah,
to
that's
you.
for. Yeah.
Talk about
It kind of
reusing.
worked.
It did, yeah. It actually made the drop guitar like it was like underlying like melody, so it made it a little more
Interesting.
yeah interesting, and it made it kind of stick out a little more versus like.
This is Logic.
Yeah.
Logic Pro X.
Logic Pro. Whoa.
Reason.
Reason.
Ableton.
Ableton.
No.
And I know a lot of people ask for super saws. I know one of these were one of them that you sent me, Preston, and then one of them was ours, and then piano thick bass.
Thick bass.
2 C's.
Okay, let's see. Saws top. Okay, we'll go over all this individually. So
Yeah, they're probably gonna want to know how the saw structure is.
yeah, so the piano melody and the piano chops. I mean, the drop chops. That's literally the same thing that we have in
The intro.
the melody and everything. So, the guitar, the processing for that. If you guys want to know, I believe. Let's see. There's quite a bit on some of these. This one, the actual lead guitar is simple. It's just another like amp plug-in like
Yeah,
guitar rig
like
or
a
something.
dirtier sounding one.
Yeah, you can probably find a preset that's like in here. I don't even know what it's called.
More
This
of like
isn't the original one, by the way. We used the guitar rig for the original, but then I didn't install it. So, what was it? What was this one? I don't know. You can find like some distortion, patch that'll work, and then because guitars like that tend to be really harsh, you want to like cut some out. I boosted in this project like within the past 20 minutes because it didn't have the energy that did in the original. But generally, you're gonna want to take out shit because it's not gonna sound good. Especially over like all the saws, it's gonna just build up. Um, and then his guitar, I think, was already processed. I just just put some overdrive on it, cut out some stuff, made room for the actual lead. So dipped a little bit,
Woo!
2K2 to 3K. That way, I can make some space. Some reverb. Don't know why I did that. Should be down here, but anyways, reverbed it a lot right on it, and then I think we slammed it with a limiter. I mean, a compressor actually. Yeah, we did. So, because it was more background, not up front, I just wanted to be level, and then just the gain tools just to level stuff out. Okay, so that's that. Let's go over the saws. So nice,
Mhm.
beautiful. Let's go do this. Okay, so this saw top. I don't remember what this says. Oh, this is I think a vocal chop or something. Something. Let me see.
White
Let me
noise?
see. I know what it is. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's one. What is it? I think it's just a vocal distorted, and that's it.
I distorted vocal with LFO
Yeah,
tool on it.
literally just like find like a vowel like O I E I, and then literally like stretch it out with reverb, and then just distort the hell out of it. And the same with this one. I think it's just an octave below. Yeah, so it's one's 12 semitones up and one's just regular.
I can hear that in the mic.
That oh yeah, that's loud.
It's my
Um,
T. Sorry, people.
I'm just gonna go in and let's see. Okay, so that's all right. Let's go check out the saws. So the first one is this is yours, right, Preston? I think. Yeah, this is yours.
Yes.
Was this a preset from something?
Serum.
I don't know
It
what
was.
else.
Looks like it came from Serum.
Yeah, it's probably just some simple serum. So let me just check. We could probably find it's just something simple.
Yeah. Show them how to.
Seven
Make it.
unison, 9 unison. Yeah.
And then one saw wave and one looks like a.
I think this is like I don't even know. I don't even know how I have this. Probably from you.
It's
Yeah,
from
I think
me.
I gave you.
It's from you. Okay.
And
You probably
then
had it too
You have
somewhere.
a you
Look
have a
on the
third
effects, right?
you have a third wave underneath it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Do I?
Yeah, there's a
Sub
square underneath.
square, and then that's I think by itself, like on and off. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little more harsh. And then with everything on it, it's still as harsh. Nice.
Mhm.
Paul Tech's not working. This is an EQ. Okay, it's signal chain for this. Just saturation. Um, there's I don't even know how much. It's like 50%. Sorry, 36% mix.
Yeah, so a little bit of
And I
saturation.
think just driven a little bit more than just to give it some crunch, and then I think some more crunch with some more overdrive.
More saturation.
And then this is an EQ I think we used to warm it up and then boost some of the highs to make it sound clear. If I remember, that's what this one. A lot of DAWs have it now. Like this, that's the Waves one, but like the actual one that is good for like warming and making stuff clean is the Paul
This
Tech.
one,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Get waves back.
I wanna own it one day, but I don't have 7 grand. Um, widening it with a house effect,
The
Haas
Haas
effect.
effect, yeah, to make it more wide.
This one, by the way, if anybody wants to
free.
know, if you are widening something, this one's better than most because it does some sort of algorithm which prevents it from
Phasing.
phasing out and cutting out more when you summon into mono. So it makes it a little bit more visible in mono versus when it's audible. Sorry, when without it. So um, Yeah, there's a preset in here called like stereo delay that you can use too. But that's that. That's literally it. And then EQ cut out. I believe cut this out because one of the saws. Oh, sorry. The saw tops I think were in the middle. So played together, these three take up the same frequency spectrum, same part of the frequency spectrum. So we had to dip some out. So it made some room. Let's see what else we got.
Um, question.
Hello.
Yeah, that boy wants to say, can you tell about the drop chords in terms of music theory?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, we
So
can do that.
let me see what this one is. We'll go to that next. I'll just show you the next saw. The next saw is literally Massive X. I think that, yeah, this is one of the presets I think we made.
I feel like
I
this is
didn't
when
know.
we just discovered Massive X.
This is right when it came. I got it right when it
Yeah.
came out, and I was messing around.
This came out in
Yeah.
October, so or
And
we know
then
Right when
we
we were
made this
making
song
it.
in like
early
like
September.
before
a
that,
little.
like September or August.
Yeah, actually, I remember getting the vocals on like the 17th of September, something like that.
It was around my birthday.
I remember Preston was like, "Come home, I got the vocals."
Come home.
Come home. Um, all right. I don't
I
even know what
posted on
this.
YouTube. Why didn't my comment didn't go there?
Simple saw wavetable in massive. You can literally just get a saw wave on both of these. You can even get like this exact one, sine triangle saw. Put that in and then laser biz. And I don't even know. Is there voicings?
I don't
Oh
really.
wait, voicings. 16 voicings. Nope, that's not it. I don't even see a 3 voicings. Sorry.
Three voices. Yes.
Um, yeah, you don't need a lot. Generally for this kind of music, the more you have, the more this detuned it'll sound, and it actually, depending on what's like,
I don't
if
like
you
the sound
assume
of like
whatever.
really
Huh?
detuned saws.
No, they sound really like trappy, right?
Or trancy
Kind of
almost.
trancy, and yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. For like future bass, it's got to be more tight, so less detuned and less voices. I mean, you can use a lot of voices, but I mean,
My
I
mic
don't know.
picks
It's
up
up to you.
space.
The processing is the exact same for anybody that wants to know. That's on Saw 1 and Saw 2 are the same. We'll go to the music theory in a second. I'm just going to show you the rest of this. Drop piano is actually what's giving it some more grit, I believe. Let's see. Yeah. And rhythm. So grit and rhythm. There's a piano. It's the same wah piano, I believe. Yeah, same one. And then saturated it. I think just enough. Let's see. Yeah, so that's giving it more of the crunch. Well, not crunch, more of the kind of overdriven a little bit, more a little softer than like, grit. And then I believe
More
we're adding
saturation.
even more, yeah, more saturation to even bring out the grit. Look at these signal chains.
Trick to drops. Just
Yeah.
saturate the fuck out of everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, like as long as you don't overdo it, that's pretty much the key to success. This is key to
Songs sound
success.
good when they're saturated.
And then cut out the highs. The reason I cut out the highs is because you already got a lot of the hiss and
We don't like the
white noise.
highs.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh
like
yeah.
highs.
No highs.
No highs. No highs.
Hurts your ears.
If you are new to like producing, or anybody that is having problems with it, take out the highs from like your mid bass, or like the element that's giving it movement, or the element that's giving it, you know, something that's not the main element. Try to, back off on a lot of the highs because it builds up a lot, and then when you go to master it, it just ruins it kind of. So cut out the highs of typical, yeah.
And a super saw tip is to just don't use just saw waves. Like use one saw wave, but then try to use more of a unique, similar to a saw, but just like a grittier second type of wavetable, so it doesn't sound too basic.
Yeah. And then try to avoid thin sounds. Like the more thin they are in a super saw, or like something like this kind of genre, it just makes your track sound really like thin and tinny, and like you'll probably get more frustrated because you won't know why, but it's usually just because you have the wrong saw wave or whatever.
In the
whatever
saw
reason.
patches, it's usually like 3 or 4 oscillators you'd want to
Yeah.
use for that. And then it's about layering the saws with other things like that piano and other sounds that aren't saws that make the drop sound kind of more unique instead of, and less electronic sounding if you add some other more different elements to go in with the saws.
But the saws aren't even really like, and honestly, in all of our songs, the songs, if I can speak songs, if the songs aren't even the main like aspect, it's kind of what how I build every track with it, like anything is just like you build the percussion first, you get the kick, then you put the sub in. The reason I do the sub first for anybody for music theory stuff is because the root note is the of the chord that you're playing, the root note of that chord is always going to be the bass line most of the time, unless you know a little more and you know how to make a proper bass line, like
Okay.
make it a groovy, make it a groovy bass, right? Then you can do more, but generally you want to follow the root note of the chord. So if you have like a C major chord, you want to follow obviously C because that's the root note of the chord. So um, that's important too. But thick bass, what is this? I think it was you sent me this too, Preston.
Yup. Sick.
Oh,
Whoa.
this is that weird thing.
Started
I
big.
made.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Sounds like something you'd hear in mid tempo.
That's a good one right there.
Just a distorted ass saw wave,
Oh,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a big boy.
distorted some more,
Yeah, more distortion.
and then
Cut everything.
And
yeah,
cut
cut
everything out.
everything. Actually, the reason I think we did distort even more is because the more resonance builds up in the 100 to 500. So right here between these is where all the resonance builds up. So the more out of control it is, the more like you're gonna have one part. Depending where your song is, what key it's in, of course. But depending what note you hit, like if you look, you have like this harmonic here versus down here, you won't notice it as much. But here it'll stick out like a sore thumb, or here it'll stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh, hell.
So it's important to try to flatten it out, and the best way to do that is to like saturate it. So the attack, the transient is
Cuts
pretty
it.
much gone. So it's all
It clips
smushed,
it, right? Like a hard
yeah,
clipper.
clips it.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
hard clipping.
So that way, when you do, go higher than you should or something, it's not going to be peaking like all the way up here, or when you press something low down here, it's not going to be super high, right? Because
And
depending what note you hit, it's always going to be louder. So
And the-
essentially compression, but yeah. Anyway.
yeah, this layer is actually a pretty important one because like it's like the whole like drive of the drop basically. Like
Yeah.
if you listen to songs that don't have like this middle bass kind of sound, it'll sound thin and like it won't hit as hard. Like you kind of need this to fill up the whole
Yeah.
frequency spectrum. The bottom end anyway.
It's easy to overdo it too, though. Like I had a misconception that like taking out 100 or like 500 hertz in your track made it sound clear, which it does. But then when you go to play it on any sort of speaker, it's gonna sound dull
Has no
because there's
balls.
there's no nothing. Yeah, it sounds like it's just tinny and then no meat. But it's easy to overdo it if you put too much of it in the track. Like here actually really quick, we'll go to span so I can show everybody.
Yeah, just show them.
Can kind of see for everybody that wants to know. Preston's like, I gotta go record my set. Stop.
Yeah, stop.
Yes, stop. Okay, let's see. So if we were to just play this with all this
We're
and the
teaching
sub,
people, guys.
let's hit some play. So you can see it's about it's a little lower than everything else in the track between here, but having it equal to the sub is too much, and having it way too low is low enough for everyone to hear. So I mean, you got to kind of use your ears at that point to level it, unless Brody knows some leveling technique that I don't even know about.
No, I mean you just got to get it like not quite as high as the sub, but not so much that it's kind of up to preference at that point. Certain
pretty much, yeah.
melodic drops, like you hear the more bass-driven ones, like Seven Lions or those kind of guys, where they'll have the mid basses a lot more present in the drop, and like you can really hear them. It depends on the vibe you want at that
Or
point.
you can go Nurko route where it's just
Yeah.
overkill.
Are you drinking a claw?
I am.
Overkill.
Sorry.
Nurko.
I had so many last night. I don't feel good.
Oh shoot.
Here's another question. Do you have any pointers for people new to production? How did you guys start learning all these different concepts?
YouTube, man. Watch a
YouTube.
fucking lot of YouTube videos. That's what I did.
There's so many tutorials out there these days that like it's like hard not to like start on your own without like not going to YouTube and finding like new stuff. Like Cymatics has tutorials. Reed Stefan has amazing tutorials if you're an Ableton user. God, what the In the DAW? That's a huge one right now. Is watch In the DAW. Like big producers like have these like master classes, but like some of them are free. So like if you're really looking to like really dive into this, like In the DAW is a very good place to start out because they have like
Mhm.
classes that are like an hour long and they go through the entire project file. Example AU5 just released a new project file as of lately, and he goes through the entire project for free, and you can learn off that and see how um, someone like AU5 just works throughout the DAW from like getting from A to B on a project or anything. But there's a lot of tutorials out there, a lot of things you can do to look up stuff and whatnot to learn. And
There
it's not
is,
just
you know,
Ableton. You can look up Logic. Um, Fruity Loops is another big one amongst the music community.
The fuck? Completely unrelated to music production. How the hell do I make my phone not lock its screen? There's like a limit. Oh, auto lock. Figured it out. Sorry. Continue.
Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, I figured it out.
we'll go to the music theory in a sec. But real quick for everybody too, just on the topic of new
Ignore
people
me.
like producing. YouTube is good to start. When you get to a certain level, like I think I'm a decent producer, and I tell you like at a certain point you can't use YouTube anymore. It starts to actually like some of the stuff you read on there is just not right. Like it doesn't work for like this kind of genre. You don't find a lot of stuff for this. So like what Andy said, there's probably like yeah like all these tutorials for EDM are the best things to go to. Like there's not a lot on YouTube once you get to a certain point. So
Yeah,
if you
once you
are
get to a certain point, you start futzing around with stuff. Like
mess around.
you take what you learn from the tutorials, and then you apply it to your own stuff. But you got to tweak it to find your own sound.
Exactly.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So I know you want to go over music theory, so let's go over it really quick.
Music theory.
Okay. So I'll play it real quick so you can see.
This is the part that.
All right. So one important thing with this. So with the mid bass, your saws and mid bass have to work together. So the lower you go in the notes, like low down here, that's way too low to put. To start building your
To
saws.
add mid bassing.
Yeah.
zero.
So yeah, you have to make sure that you are at a certain point. Obviously, depending how you build your saws, you may like down, put it down an octave, and then you'll have to start down here. That's just because where you shift it. But for example, if you are looking at the piano roll, don't worry about that. Just listen for it, and try to build your chords around where they sound full and not muddy like this. When they sound like that, you're not gonna get any energy. The same up here.
Sounds great.
There's no energy. Right? Yeah. So I'd say, I'm gonna do real quick is just turn this down so everybody can hear me when I play. So the chords are literally it's the same throughout the whole song. I think the chorus changes, and the drop follows the chorus chords. So first off, building your saws, same thing you do for sub. It's always your root note following, your chord. So I mean there are exceptions, of course, but
Oh yeah,
for
that
most
is a
of the
pretty
part,
simple. Those chords are all.
it's literally just here.
Wow.
Okay, so it's just a. If anybody knows anything about like the music theory behind it, try not to have too many thirds and fifths in the low register. So if you have this down here, right, even that is really muddy. Like you don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear the third, this down below, because it's gonna mud up your mix a lot, and you're not gonna have the energy. You want your thirds to be an octave up, so more like this. There's already more energy there than here, right? So by using that, right, if we were to play back, if I were to do it incorrectly, this first chord right here is literally just and a B major, right? B major triad. But instead of the third being down at the bass note down here, I put it up, yeah, invert it, put it up an octave, right?
Invert the thirds.
And then you'll get more energy. Like that, I
Mhm.
notice a lot of people tend to put their thirds and they make a lot of mud by putting that really low down here, which just ruins your track. So try to keep it, where you can hear it. It doesn't sound a mess, but it sounds, it's in the proper area it should be. Don't try to go mess around, too low. uh, But music theory behind this, I mean, there's not a lot. It's literally the simple chord progression.
Yeah, it just goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some suspensions. If you know what suspensions are,
I like.
you like the suspensions. Suspensions are when you hold a note until it wants to resolve to another note. So, for example, instead of like a triad, the third, it wants to go here. It wants to go back. So, if you look up, I don't want to go over it; it'll take too long. But you can find it and figure out. Every time, I'm gonna. All right. Anyways, what are we going on to next?
I don't know. What are they asking for? We go over the vocals maybe.
Yeah, you guys want to go over some vocals?
We pretty much got the vocals sent to us.
I'm glad
They
this
sounded
project hasn't
good.
crashed yet.
I know. New computer's a beast.
Yeah, these new ones are fucking awesome.
So she sent us the vocals, and then I remember she sent us her version, like her processing, and then her processing and then dry. We used hers for it because hers actually sounded pretty good. Oh great.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, I'm gonna fix this.
The suspended chord, suspensions
Suspended.
and dissonance with one
I
semitone.
don't remember what this was.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's go through all these really quick.
Oh, something's broken.
No.
Technical difficulties, guys. 1 sec.
Give us a sec. Wait, I gotta
Things
find it.
broke.
Nice. I got drums going on in the background. Okay, there we go.
Razor,
So-
what's up, Razor? Kinda late. Yeah, it's okay. The stream will be up after.
choose you, no matter the battle.
Wait, let me text my dad to stop beating up his snare. 1 sec.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
that's what
dad's
that is in
singing.
the background?
Do you hear it? Is it loud for you guys?
No, we
Yeah,
can hear
it's
it.
like
I hear it. It's like a little thump. This mic picks up like
there it
the
goes.
littlest sounds.
I can hear it clearly on my monitors.
I don't want to be mean. I'm just gonna let it
Yeah,
go.
shut up. I'm trying
I
to
feel
be-
mean.
Dad, I'm
I'm
gonna
not
stream.
All right, so vocals. Obviously, it's the lead vocal. Jeez,
I keep on hearing the thing in the background.
now you hear it.
Cause you're the one for me. Everywhere I go, you're the one I see. Darling, you should know that
You did really good with these vocals.
Wow, she's really good.
from this day on, you'll never have
I
to.
did change a little bit of her nice. Look at that. We have something broken in the song.
Oh, great.
11 and 12. We changed a little bit of her panning because a lot of her stuff is down the middle. But besides that, it's literally just what she sent us.
Hey, man. Who's
Yeah.
WSZ? Wazigger Digj. I see you. What's up?
The drop vocals, though.
The
It's
drop
pretty full
vocals.
My love ain't changing.
Which is nice. Just a lot of layers. That's it.
We pretty much got sent these vocals processed already, and they sounded pretty fire. So this was just
pretty
about
good,
arranging
yeah.
them.
For the newer people, too, make
For the
sure
amount
that.
of money we pay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
yeah.
expensive.
You better be down.
One thing though, if anybody that wants to work with vocalists, luckily she did this correctly, but
Yeah.
the more inexperienced of vocalists they work with, they won't ever record like doublings or choruses or anything. So if you look at this, you can already see how many layers she sent us,
Yeah, there's a
which
lot
is
of layers.
important because
A lot.
you don't want to just have a lead vocal because, oops, why did that break? You'll listen, right?
Gray, my love ain't changing. From this
Like,
day
there's not a lot of
on,
excitement in it. So by adding all the layers, right? By like
you'll never have to. Till we're old and
if I
gray,
were to
my
listen
love
to this on its own,
Oh,
it's not gonna have
stuff's
the energy.
broken.
Go through every layer and show like the
till we're old and gray,
Not
my
a lot
love
of
ain't
energy, right?
changing.
So the layers make it more full. And if you're making a pop song, kind of like this, pop
Drum beat.
feature bass, it's
This
important.
drum beat is hot now.
Oh, I know, it's the best. But yeah, that's probably that differentiates a good track from a bad track. The vocalist sending you a lot of material and doing it right, you
Our
know,
dad's
versus
fucking
them
going
sending
now.
Your dad is jamming.
Sounds
right
pretty good. He's just going. Can we
Oh,
can we take a second to appreciate how lit Preston's room is right now? It's just
Yep.
Hey, put some pyro on, baby. I want to see
now.
this.
looks like a club
I
you're
see
in.
some
Like, come
flying
on.
showdown.
Oh my
God.
Nice.
That's funny.
And now
Listen-
he's gone. He's disappeared.
We got a question. It says, "What is your method to keep the vocals up front and bright without chasing it or clashing it with other elements?" So
EQ is a good friend.
EQ and automation.
EQ.
Like if you have vocals going over a drop, automate the rest of the sounds to let the vocals stand out.
Okay, we'll go over that really quick
Yeah,
so
we
you guys
can
can
go over
see.
that.
So you can find a gate, a gain tool. Why did I say gate? I
They
meant
said
gain
Ghost
tool.
Dragon's lights are OP. You're winning.
Yup.
What? I could set
Alright.
mine in like rave mode, but I don't want to
see.
do that. Mine aren't as cool.
So on each individual track,
Yeah.
you can do this on like a track, you know, the drop us if you wanted, but I don't know why I did on each
Yeah.
individual.
Wow.
I just wasted my time. If you look, right, so when the melodies play or whatever, I'll duck it negative 3.2 dBs when her vocals come in.
When
That
your
way,
vocal comes in, yeah.
yeah, like if you listen, it'll make it, you know, more clear, like clear and less, you know, like you can't hear it, right? So now if I turn all of these off, you'll hear a vocal, but it's gonna sound like a mess.
Buried, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that's a big important thing. EQ too, like I mean, real quick, even like for the piano, like these minor, you know, things, like I'll boost a little bit when, you know, it can be boosted. I'll diminish a little bit when it can be, when her vocal's not as loud, you know. This is where like the final touches come in hand when you finish the track and there's pieces that, you know, don't come through. Automate it, you know, make sure automation is your best friend for that kind of stuff. Don't use a compressor, a sidechain compressor, because it's never as smooth for acoustic elements, but you can use a sidechain compressor and, you know, sidechain to the vocal for like, you know,
I want to
That's
hear what your
acoustic
dad's
instruments.
playing.
I'm gonna text my mom. Hey, can you tell him to stop?
I said in the chat, I'm like, sorry, chat, that's Nat's dad playing drums.
Oh, he said, is that guitar as a lead? Yeah, the lead in this song is a guitar, and we went over it already, but yeah, I mean, you could just watch the stream after it's posted. But yeah, it's basically a distorted guitar. There's two guitars.
So one more thing answering your question. There's so the EQ method for vocals. So if something's muddy, like for example, like on a bus like this,
What happened to the drum?
what happened? Oh, he turned it off. My poor
Hey,
mom told
our
him to
beat's
stop.
gone. Our beat's gone.
So like here, I'll show you. So if you have a vocal and you know they're all playing in the same time, right? So the vocal meat is usually down here where the fundamental of the vocal is, and you want that to stick through. So if you go through with an EQ and boost and like whatever's making it muddy and whatever's clashing with it, boost it and then drag over the, you know, the frequency spectrum and listen for where the vocal gets covered, and then
Yeah,
you know
then reduce
once
it.
you find it, yeah, once you find it, then you know nick it out a little bit or however much you want, but don't overkill it like, you know, like this, because then you're killing your track, right? So you know that's a good technique. What's next? Any other questions? I'm going to check.
I just lost all the chat questions for Twitch.
I don't
Sorry,
see
chat.
any. You guys have any more questions? We could also like go over our waiting, that other song we did. But I mean, if Preston and Andy got to go, then we could just continue. But any other questions for Love Ain't Changing? Second drop was basically the exact same thing as the first drop, but we just did a little filter sweep thing. So
It's an LFO
A
tool.
little bit, yeah.
we can show them that little effect, how to do that.
Oh yeah. And then there's one more LFO tool that does automate. Like there's only one in the first drop, and then this one I think is.
Oh
eighth
yeah,
drop.
and we have
so-
another LFO tool, so the
Oh,
chords. Are,
we have another question. What is your general approach for mixing tracks?
and then it says chord stack tips and finding
alright,
the
so-
correct sound.
All right.
Come on,
Okay. What was the first one?
What's your general approach to mixing tracks? It's by Matt. I
I'd
think Matt
say
Matic. Hey Matic.
everybody likes to finish the song and then mix it. Really don't like doing that. I like to mix as I go because
Yeah, same
like
here.
you know
Yeah,
by listening
definitely.
to something and hearing it, you know, as you want it to be, like knowing that it sounds good to your ears, then you can move on. That's what I like to think, because there's nothing worse than when you're trying to be inspired and get inspired, and you have a sound that doesn't fit in, or it's just too loud or something like this, and you play it back, it's like it doesn't sound good. So like I like to mix as I go, and then just try to make everything as clear and fit and have a purpose in the song
And
versus just throw
reference
this in.
songs a lot, I
Yeah,
think.
exactly
Reference
what Matt
songs as
was.
you're going a lot, and kind of like try to make it sound as close as you can to theirs, like the way the reference is sounding.
Yeah, yeah,
I like
that's important.
Yeah,
stereos, like listen really closely and listen where in the stereo field that the instrument's sitting, and
Hmm.
like stuff like that, where in the frequency spectrum that the instrument's sitting, and just kind of try to place in the same places in your mix.
A lot of things
yeah,
they do now too, for anyone that's having trouble, is if you have an idea, like write it down first, piano, whatever, and then fill in with the elements that you know that are more in the background. I like to do that way, like atmosphere.
Atmospheres and
Yeah,
effects and stuff.
do that. At the start. Not you don't need to do too many, like too much, but just get it something put down, and then mix that in, and then add something else, and then you'll know when you put too much in, because you can't listen to one thing without hearing something else. You know, like if you listen to the intro here, it's literally just a piano and two guitars and that vocal chop, right?
Yeah.
So if you put one more element, like a different melody in here, like another one, you would get confused. So keep it simple. Don't add too many melodies. But that's it. What's the next one?
yeah. Going up. Well, I was gonna
Chord
add
stack
something to
tips.
that.
Oh, what's up, Annie?
I was gonna add to that about mixing because, like you said, also. I mean, I like the like. You don't have to always start from the beginning of the song too. Your idea
Yeah.
is like to start the drop right away, then go for it. Like sometimes I'll start a track with a drop and then go backwards from there and do build around the whole intro and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Everybody
like
has
there's
a
other
thing.
times too where like I like Nat said I like personally too like mixing while I go because I feel like if you get something down and then you have to like rearrange the track by some point, like you have the whole track done and you go back and you mix it, then if there's something big that you did and made, you're gonna have to like move all those like little like alternations around that you did without having to go back and when you could just do it while you're mixing on the go and like move the drop forward a couple bars if you want to extend it, then having to move the entire project and rearrange the whole project again. Then um, I think I'm getting to a point. Oh fuck! I think I said that. Wrong.
Preston,
So
what do you have, Dan Preston, on that topic?
you know what I'm saying, chat. If
What?
you build a drop up in, or I'm just gonna quit. Wait. No, I'm not. If you build a drop up and everything, and like for me, if I do like the mixing and everything in a drop and like have the song completed and then go back to that first drop or second drop and find out that something was like really messed up and having to maybe like decide to maybe extend the drop like another couple bars or so and then I have to move the whole project down comparing to where if I'm mixing and have the drop first and then extend on that. I don't have to do that in the final process and make it more of a messy project than it is. I think I got it
Yeah, I think they get
right.
it. um, the next
What's
thing they
next?
asked was chord stack tips.
Um, don't overdo it. Don't put like 6 layers.
Yeah, don't like put a
Um,
shitload of
Don't put
saw
like
layers
7
in there.
mhm.
And make
Like,
sure every layer has a purpose. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
got
I
to
was gonna
fill
say.
out a certain space in the mix, right? Don't just throw
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bunch of sounds together that don't need to be there. If you can't hear it, then it doesn't need to be in there.
Hmm.
Second another question is how do you guys find your vocalists? Do you pay for them? Do you pay them for songs?
And that's different with every song, really.
It is,
Yeah,
and I think Tribeca said it perfect a couple weeks ago when we were talking about this. He's like, it depends on the vocalist too, and where your production stage is. Like,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
the better you are, the more bigger a vocalist is going to want to work with you. The more entry level stuff you're going to like do. Well, maybe try a couple sample packs with the vocals when you're first starting out. But like as you go up and get bigger, and the more vocalists find out about your tunes, the better and more bigger artists will want to work with you through the process.
You have clout then. You can be like, hey, our last song hit 1 million something plays. Like, you know, you down to work with us? And a lot of time that's clout, and people are like, oh, okay, like sure. So it kind of
And on top of that, it's like
builds a resume.
Shit, now I just forgot what I was gonna say.
Losing track. You baked in.
Losing track.
Other buddy was saying finding a nice kick to fit in, and finding
we
the
go through
correct
that a lot.
sound.
We go through. I mean, we have some kicks that suit better songs. More poppy songs will have a certain kick. We'll look for some heavier songs, more melodic songs need a certain kick. You don't want something that's too light.
Again, you
You know,
reference
you need,
other songs basically.
yeah. But yeah, listen to another song, right? And listen to a kick.
Poppy kind of sounds usually are like a punchier, smaller kick. Melodic sounds and melodic drops like this are usually like a bigger, kind of fattier kick, almost like a
You need to really
dubstep
cut
kick
through.
almost. I mean, make sure your kick is in the root of your song. That's pretty obvious, but that helps a lot. Or well, it doesn't have to be the root, but close.
I never followed it.
Chat wants to know how long have you guys been producing? So for me, I started out DJing actually before I started producing.
Yeah, I'm the same. I started as a DJ first.
Yeah, and that was 2013 for me, and then I think 2016, end of 2015, I started doing music production and looking into it and YouTube videos and all that stuff.
Yeah, I had a similar story. I think I started DJing in 2013 or well 2012 in my bedroom, but didn't like play out till 2013. And then I wasn't till about end of 2016 that I started to actually make music. The whole time I pretty much just made mashups and like edits and stuff. So I knew how to use a DAW. I just didn't
same
try to
here.
make
Like
music.
a bunch of huge influencers in the beginning was like Adventure Club, Blau for Blau back in the day in 2013 was, and still is today, the mashup king. He's pretty good at doing mashups. It was Adventure Club, Avicii, Skrillex, Porter Robinson, like all those guys back in the day were huge influencers for me and making me want to like start DJing and whatnot. And then in the later years, I think it was my friends that really were just like, dude, you know the music theory and all this stuff, and like just start producing. And then I think I was just getting sick and tired of hearing them asking me to do it. So I was like, all right, and let's just do it. And one day it happened.
I think basically for me it was about 3.5 years that I've been producing for. How about you, Natalie?
I started writing music before this, so I did a lot of orchestral stuff before this, so that's why I kind of know a little bit better how to write. And then I think about the time, I think late 2017 was when I started producing. Wow. Yeah, very late 2017. So it'll be 3 years at the end of this year.
Yeah.
I think most of us too, I don't know about Brody, but I think most of us too have been like doing music since like, I've been doing music since 5th grade when I had the option to pick up an instrument and do all that stuff. And then in high school, I did the whole band, choir, marching band stuff, and did that through like all senior year. And then college came, I kind of like did college stuff. You know,
are you boring?
Preston, how long have you been producing for Preston?
And then got back into it.
I've been producing.
Pesto. What?
I've been producing almost 4, and then DJing for like almost 6.
Yeah, so we're all basically the same thing, kind of around the same time, 3.5, 4 years each, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I used to make like not the melodic stuff though. I used to make like dubstep and house and all that stuff.
Preston uses Ableton. Yeah. Throw it away. Hit Command Delete.
Yeah, I use GarageBand actually. So.
That's a better app. Anybody have any other questions to hear? Otherwise, we can go to a different one.
Yeah. Any other questions about Love Ain't Changin'? We could go over waiting next if you guys want. Or well, no. Like I mean, if you guys gotta go though, they could go. And
we chat. We actually, me and Preston actually goes produce Waiting for Castle.
Oh yes.
Keen to hear Waiting. So yes, Waiting. Okay, they all want Waiting next, I guess.
Oh, okay. For the moment.
All right, we're going over Waiting, guys. Oh, he said, and we got another one that says Finding the Sound.
Hey,
Oh,
watch
okay.
out what you put up on your channel, dude. If you don't want anything showing.
You're very right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. They can't see these things.
Yeah, you can't see.
Don't look at the screen.
Wait, what was I gonna find? What was I gonna look for?
Just go fast.
Waiting.
Go fast. Waiting.
Waiting?
Find waiting. These are all of our
Look at that.
Oh, there
Look
you
at
go.
that.
They'll
Oh,
never see these.
Where's
no,
waiting?
wrong
Where's
one.
waiting? Where's waiting? Jesus.
I don't even care.
No,
I don't
it's
even know what
okay.
the
They
hell
can
this
see
is.
all these old projects and like our. Give it a fucking name.
Name. Wow. Good.
Give it a fucking name. Where is it? Where is
Down at the
that?
bottom.
What the heck is cry dancing?
Cry dance.
Well,
Oh, that's
oh,
a super
yeah.
secret one. Are you playing Love Ain't Changin?
I was.
No. Castle and
What's the
Britney Spears,
track?
I See You. Yeah, no, that was definitely we're doing a collab with Britney Spears. 100%.
Shit vocalist, you know.
Hey, someone asked if Preston, if your legendary Closer remix will ever be re-uploaded.
Maybe.
He says
Maybe not.
maybe not. Can I have it? You gotta send me it.
Dude, you guys should really try.
And Razor asked us about finding the sound. What do you mean by finding
Oh,
the
yeah.
sound?
You guys should
Razor?
try Loom. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
you have a profile on Loom.
We
Nah,
do.
bro.
We haven't used it though.
Yeah, I don't know how to
You
use
should.
it.
You can put everything up on there, and dude, you connect with fans so amazing.
True. I'll have to start
Dude,
Plus,
this
you
using
can
it.
put the
mic
remix up there.
literally hits
Just
my
saying.
fucking.
All right. For your question, the sound, find the sound.
Why so blurry?
You know how many times I like just go mess around at night? Like I honestly haven't taken a break in the past 6 months. Every night I'll be doing something music related, and I'll just go on, literally look
It's
for
brighter
like
now, is it?
something. What happened?
They asked why it was blurry, and I think it was because I had the
Oh.
brightness down. My bad. Lights are a little sensitive to light today.
But yeah, no, go like
Yeah, she says it's good. Okay. Sorry
mess
about that.
through like some sounds.
I already see a
Or cycle
project.
through some.
Waiting. Wow,
Dude,
waiting didn't even have we were
SSL
100.
broke.
Oh yeah, this project's broken.
It is?
Well,
Yeah.
the SSL and the EQ is on the drop.
We fixed that. That was previous. That was previous computer.
Okay,
This is
so,
post
as you
computer.
could see, waiting. There's just a lot going on at the end because that's the drop, and the rest is just instrumental stuff.
All right. Piano and guitar are the same exact thing as the processing is more updated on these ones because
Yeah.
it was like 2 months later when we made some better stuff. But guitar, I record this horribly. That's horrible. That sounds like dog shit. But the guitar processing is the same as the one I showed you guys in Ain't Changin for that one. Piano is the same processing as the one in Ain't Changin also. Yeah, nice. A lot of this is very simple on the whole entire track. We kept it super simple until, and we had some orchestral stuff come in later, which is.
Do you want to go over like the melody of the piano, like on the chords and stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Because that's a pretty cool little like thing you got going.
Okay, so if anybody's aware with music theory, I hope people know about how chords work. Okay, so
Oh, bye, Preston.
Dude, say goodbye.
what happened to him?
His Zoom crash.
Oh,
Too much pyro stuff.
all right. So first chord starts on a minor chord.
A minor.
It's a minor seventh, and the melody literally just bounces back from. It's literally that. So it first starts on the first, the tonic, and then goes to 6. Now this chord is a ninth. So if anybody's aware, this is a seventh. This is a triad. You add a third above that, it's a seventh. You add another third above that, it's a ninth. Now I took the seventh out because different voicings for the more extended harmonies you use. Now, extended harmonies for everybody is that when you pass like a major seventh. Everything past a major seventh, like everything past a seventh. So a ninth chord, 11th chord, a 13th chord. Those are all considered extended harmonies, and those are used in a lot of jazz things. Now, we're not using it in jazz form, but you don't want to use it's like stagnant. You don't want to just stack thirds up on top of each other, right? Because that just doesn't sound good on its own. But if you change it up and become a little more, creative with where you put the notes with that exact same chord, you get something a lot better versus, something like this, right? It's same chord, just different voicing. So that's a big thing, knowing where to put the notes and the voicing. So I hope people are with me. I don't want to confuse anybody. Is anybody confused? I can't read the chat because my thing's not open. Did anybody?
Damn, I need
what's
to
kind of
get a
what's on?
melodic subscription. I need to learn this stuff. Yeah, he has amazing music theory.
We teach too. If
Yeah,
anybody wants to.
if
learn
you guys
anything.
want to have private lessons or whatever, you can email us at wearecaslow@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram or DM us on SoundCloud, Facebook, wherever. But we do
Whatever.
private lessons, and Natalia can give you private music theory lessons because I don't
Well,
know
learn how
shit
to
about music
compose.
theory. Not as
This
much.
ghost
Anyway.
dragon guy says he needs private lessons.
I got you, homeboy. But yeah, no, the melody is super simple.
Yeah, so anyways, that's the
Yeah,
melody.
that's the melody. Just that's throughout the entire song. Now, important thing for songwriting for you guys. Sticking to a melody that's catchy and putting it throughout the whole song is important. Like using this right here is in the whole song. This doesn't leave. You'll hear this in every chord until the song is over. So no matter what it is, you hear, right? It's still there. You're always gonna hear that, right? So using things that are constantly used throughout the track are important. Now, if I were to change it every time, like, it doesn't work as well. Your mind doesn't put them, doesn't work together with it. By hearing, you're gonna listen and your mind's gonna know. Oh, you'll. I'm tripping on my words. I haven't slept. I worked all day. Never mind. What's
Yeah,
next?
Too.
Yeah.
By
That's
the
how
way,
I
I'm
always
currently
talk, though.
representing the Caslo Facebook group. Yay!
Hey.
Hey! Thanks, Razor. Oh yeah, okay, so we can go over the orchestral parts once this thing happens. The strings and everything.
We could go over. I know a lot of people want to know vocal processing, so we can do
vocal
that
processing
later.
too.
Strings and orchestra.
Strings. So in the library we used.
Contact. We used Spitfire chamber strings.
Spitfire. Now show them about automating to make them sound real. Yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize this. Even like I notice a lot of people will automate the volume, which is fine, but most of these libraries come in with built-in dynamics. So a lot of you guys will be able to draw on like modulation and stuff inside of you guys' like chords and everything. Now modulation is dynamics. So everything from the quietest, PPP piano, all the way up to mezzo forte to forte, right? The loudest part in music, right? That whole dynamic range we'll be able to, you'll be able to do it and put it in here.
Yeah.
So you'll listen as I'll play it on the mod wheel. A lot of people's mod wheels are connected to it. So if I were to play it and keep going up, you hear it gets louder, right? Now that's not volume automation. This is different. This is like actual orchestra strings being recorded at different, velocities. So that's it's better than using volume, but you can't use a volume because a lot of things do that too. Another thing is expression, and expression is another thing in orchestration, which is used also. If you were to think of somebody using strings, the harder they press, the louder it is, right? Same thing as dynamics, but this is more used in the what is it called, the digital world, because you don't have a real orchestra. So this is essentially volume automation, and the other one is dynamics. So dynamics is important, and then using volume automation with it is what makes them sound real. So
hey Nick,
I didn't use
what's
them in
up?
here, but Nick's in here.
Nick's in the chat. What up, Nick? Oh, and Razor says you guys use Omnisphere. No, we need Omnisphere.
I want it, but
we want it. It's on the to-do list for sure. We use mostly Contact.
Yeah.
instruments. So yeah, strings.
Next part. Okay, so these sound pretty decent. I didn't do a lot because they're sitting in the background, right? So that's literally just playing there in the background. That's supposed to be super upfront. So then the next thing would be the harp. It's just another contact library,
Wanna
and
show 'em
then
that library.
yeah, I think this is Project Sam. Yeah, Project Sam. These guys have a lot of good stuff. But they're based more towards smaller, smaller symphonic orchestras and stuff. Whereas Spitfire stuff's more large for anybody really cares. Um, yeah, just a harp doing the pluck. Now, the melody is the same thing as a piano. So again, you have that playing in the background, songwriting 101. Keep it in the person's head. I never think about this when I write though, but I know it is like an actual thing that you should follow. But I think I've done it enough now that my mind does go about it. So if you are writing a song, you're trying to make it catchy, make sure you use something you create.
Cohesiveness.
Yeah, you create something that that is gonna stay there. Don't put something that's gonna just like Brody said, make it cohesive. Use it, keep using it.
I'll be
Um,
waiting. We're waiting for you, Nick.
oh yeah. And then what else did we
Changed
do?
up the notes there. Oh
Yeah, so then we changed it up to be
yeah. Oh, that's
more,
pretty.
yeah, more staccato, and then that played with an actual orchestra. So we just have strings in here for now. So then the strings come in.
Wow.
Nice. But all right, so how to make them sound real was the automation. So if you look,
Yeah.
I'll just show you real quick.
See that
So-
music theory? I'm fucking lost in.
Automation.
That's confusing to me.
Um,
I know.
but yeah, using modulation is important. If I
Yeah.
just were to have this, like, I'll just show you real quick. Like, for example, oh shoot. If it were to just be like this, you'll hear it doesn't sound as real.
Holy shit.
Versus having this, it makes it,
Yeah.
orchestral bows, strings have a sound where they press harder, it goes up. It's just the nature. That's why you want to swell up with strings and swell down.
Yeah,
because
it
that's-
makes it a lot more human sounding.
Yeah, the natural movement of strings. Next thing is another piano that's with it, playing with it. It's actually playing like part of the
It's playing part of the vocal melody.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, it's actually, there's certain key points in the vocal melody that you want to point out, and I usually I put vocal chops under him in like regular pop tracks, but I didn't hear, so I put the piano under it to like make it more stable, so you hear it more.
Waiting for the answer.
Right.
For the day you will
Give
open
it
your
some sort of.
So that piano under
yeah.
it really, makes those
Makes it
notes stand out
Yeah.
that she's singing.
All right, then all the orchestral kicks in after this part.
me in. I've been waiting.
It's funny, you hear a lot of people like Set the Sky use like the Mark tree. Mark tree is like an essential orchestral instrument. It's used in a lot of, you hear it in a lot of like medieval songs and stuff, like not medieval, but soundtracks for like film like that, because it's that sound that you relate the sound to, when you hear it, you think of pretty, and you think
Pretty
of,
bells.
yeah, you think of, I don't know if you guys do, but I know in music history they teach you that sound, when you hear it more for, it brings you to a different time period when you hear it. It's something like that. I forgot what it was. It's been like 5 years.
You mean chimes? Yeah, chimes.
Chimes, like
How do
chimes.
you
Yeah,
guys
they're called
post?
chimes.
They ask how we post-process strings.
There's a
Not
couple
really
ways.
anything on these ones.
You gotta think, like, yeah, like
Just
when
good
they're in this
libraries.
library, yeah, they'll process them in the libraries. Like everything in context already processed. Then it just comes down to making it fit into your track,
Yeah.
right? So very minimal. It's like here, I cut
EQ.
out the lows. Piano has a lot of lows, so I cut it out, make room, and then just literally a little bit of EQ to brighten it up just a little bit. And it's important not to make too big of cuts with orchestral instruments. Don't go crazy with an EQ like this, because now the sound is destroyed.
Yeah.
It's no longer strings, right? Real orchestra doesn't have a dB cut like that, right? So be careful. If it doesn't fit in your mix, turn it down, right? Especially for like strings. Yeah, use volume. Then the strings come back.
My heart is waiting for the answer.
All the horns come in here.
Yeah.
And I believe these are, let's see what libraries these are in case you guys want to get them. Oh yeah, the Native Instruments library. These are
Brass
really good.
ensemble.
Yeah, these are perfect. Now these are just playing together. Same thing, volume automation and modulation, right? The dynamics and both of those, right?
And
Same thing in there.
when you're stacking this many strings, horns, pianos, worry about your panning. Like you'll
Yeah.
see how we have them all slightly panned to different spots, is so that nothing's sitting in the same exact spot in the stereo field. Like yeah, look at orchestral seating. So
Like this is good to follow too.
pan them based
know
on
which
how an
to go.
orchestra as actually sits.
Yeah. No, you can always flip it too. They don't always have to be like this. Like for example, I flipped it. If you look over here, like all the trombones, trumpets on the left, sorry, the right. I put them on the left. So you follow that.
Jerusalem Kasla remix.
Jerusalem. What's
yeah,
that?
it's like a Bible thing, I think.
Oh.
I actually don't.
Yeah. I was just confused. What?
On a choir.
Choir should be straight down the middle,
Yeah.
but because of her vocals, I didn't want it to be. Plus, there was already a lot building it up.
Yeah.
You generally don't have a guitar or anything in orchestration, so I need to make room. Mix
Fisher horns,
how you
definitely
like.
Fisher horns. Yep.
All together. We should go over. Should we go over that intro later? So if you guys actually want to learn orchestral stuff, let us know. We'll go over something else next.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The one. The show
Because that's
intro.
really good sounding. Yeah. All right. What else do you guys want to go over? The vocals. We can go over the drop. I know some of you guys probably.
Yeah, I mean the percussion in this song, as you can see, is pretty basic, and then nothing really comes in. The build up is just some build up snares.
Mm-hmm.
All of the instruments come back in the build up, and then drop. I guess we could go over drop drums and drop sounds.
Did anybody say anything? Or no. No.
No, it's just Andy says "make me wet."
Oh.
Nick says Fisher horns.
Horns. Oops.
This
all
one's
right,
cool
drop.
because we did leads in this.
Yeah.
And saws.
So. These are the first saws we ever made as Castle, and I put them back in.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure
I don't know I'm in here yet. I thought I exited out of here.
Oh.
What?
I thought I exited out of here. I didn't realize it was in here until I looked at the thing when I said, make me wet.
Yeah, no, you're still in here. Hey, Andy.
Hello.
Maybe I should go.
Well, it's up to you. You can go or stay.
I'm just listening to you guys and watching.
Yeah, so.
Alright, I'm going to mute myself.
Alright.
Right.
Mid basses.
Mid bass. Same exact
thing as the last time, I think.
We always use it.
Same mid bass in every song.
Yeah. There's I was gonna point out that in Love Ain't Changin though, like mid basses are important. I mean, depending on the genre, like cutting out all of this because you don't need that. So just keeping it isolated to like here, like 200, 300 hertz ish, is good. But if you're doing like melodic dubstep, then yeah, you kind of want to stick out. So still cut it at 10K, but for this genre we don't really do it. So we cut it out here, but so he wants to know mid bass. Yeah, mid bass is simple. That's it. Just cut it out, and then there you go.
You guys never use the grid of a mid bass as your high end?
No. You can, but
I think it interferes with your. It depends how you make your saws. Like it depends how many oscillators you have and how low the actual saw stacks go. You don't want them to clash with each other. So if you like Natalie said, if you put the saws in a lower octave, then you'd have more of that mid sound in them. So you probably I think then at that point you wouldn't. Or if you put your saws up really really high, then maybe you could have more of your mid bass in it. It sort of depends where you put them.
Plus, I like for this genre, mid bass to me sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Because you'll hear this here. If I play this over, you'll probably hear it. Right, like. You can hear it. It's that little bit that taking that out because you hear it but you don't at the same like you have to listen to it. Then at the same time, why should you have it there? If you have to listen and see if you can find it, there's no need for it to be there.
They asked,
So.
oh yeah, how to create that build-up riser. The flange.
Oh, just look up Kashmir volume 3.
Kashmir flange.
Yeah, here, let's go find
We
it.
use
Really
it in
quick.
every single song. I think we've actually used it in every single song we've done.
This one right here.
Yeah, Kashmir Long Sweet 14.
Every song since Castle started. The other one, the Flange 15 is not as good. It's not good.
Flange 15 sucks.
No,
Flange
that's
14.
shit.
Yeah, so go download that sample. Or I mean, you can make them in Serum pretty easy too. I think I have some presets for that, but we just use
there's
that
some simple ones.
in every song. Want to go over the leads for this?
Yeah,
We did some cool lead stuff.
We had the vocal chops in here to start.
Yeah, vocal chops.
Now that's
like
atmosphere. Yeah. Not the main sound, so that's in the back.
That's a background sound.
Background. Lead 1. Why is this all off? I don't even know. I might have turned it off after. Right. Oh yeah.
I think we made that with a vocal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just and it's literally just a sampler.
We took a sample of it's a part of Kaylee's vocal, I think.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, it's part of her vocal.
Yeah, so we took a part of Kaylee singing, put it in Serum, put a bunch of shit on it. Now it sounds like this.
Yeah. Sounds like something Poor would make, but it's like part of the stack. So the next one is this.
High pitch or higher octave?
High pitch. This gives the saws a little bit of brightness too, and it's a little harsh. You probably could have done better, but we did take a lot of this out. But I believe let's see what it is. Yeah, it's very simple. 2 saw waves, sine, triangle, saw, and then literally just the same thing as we had in that vocal chop and Lemon Change, just the jitter up a bit. And then here there's this thing called hard sync, which is like, here, listen. Right, makes it a little more piercing, but that's it. If we were to turn those off again, you know, it's pretty basic. Like here, I'll show you. So, put it up. And we got it. And then there's a noise called kettle on it, I think, or just a little bit. No, actually, there isn't. That's it. That's literally the sound. And then on top, you know, EQ, we don't want all this because, again, right, cutting out what you don't need is better than just leaving it in. That's how you muddy up the mix. So we have all the mids. The saws are down here, so we don't need any of that. So we cut it out. And then saturator, essentially. Yep. Distortion, and then phase distortion. This is I never knew what this was used for until recently. It's a distortion plugin, but it's something from the 80s. It's more built around like an 80s kind of distortion that I guess was popular on like snares and kicks and stuff like that and vocals. So it also, I believe, prevents phasing a little bit more from what I read on this plugin of theirs. Yeah, next one, reverb. Simple there, and then I think cut out some of the harsh frequencies, and then you got that. So this is layer 2 of I think 3. So next one is the main layer, which is this, and it's literally just the same thing copied an octave down. So together. And there you go.
And there's a harmony.
The harmony is just doing, it's a harmony. That's it. And then that's that. And then the next thing is the melodic feel, which is just
ARP.
Piano.
Piano ARP. And then the vocal tail, I guess that's kind of like what we use as high end. almost like
Yeah.
white noise, but
You can control a little bit more, yeah. Same thing as like Love Ain't Changin. I think we did the same thing with Kaylee's
how did,
vocal.
oh yeah, you just pitched them, I guess, right?
Pitch one
224.
up, yep, and then one is just down. So this one's regular, and this one's up, I believe. But this one also follows, yeah, this one follows a melody as well. So if you listen, so it follows the melody to follow the chords. So follows the chords anyway. And those are made the same way as Love Ain't Changin. If you were around for that. What's next?
All together.
All together. Oh, nice.
Top row.
Same kick is used in Love Ain't Changin
Yeah,
also, I think. Yeah.
Same kick from Love Ain't Changin.
Yeah.
What did you do to it? D-reverb, clip shifter, and EQ?
Did do D-reverb, but I remember that broke it. And then clip shifted it. Yeah, that's it.
Clipping it, and then
EQing out some... Wow.
mud. Yeah.
Nice. That's it.
Should we go over the drums? I
We
mean,
wanna
it's
go over
pretty
the
simple
drums?
drums in this drop.
Yeah.
It's just kick, snare, kick,
Kick,
snare.
snare.
Oh, there's reverses and stuff in there.
Yeah, that's it.
My little fill was cool. It's just distorted toms.
Yeah, why is there two of them? Oh, okay.
Oh, because one's distorted?
One's a snare, and one's like a tom, I think. Right? Yeah, the low end. Super simple. And there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty much waiting.
That's literally a song. I mean, the orchestration is probably the biggest part. That's
Yeah.
probably what took. It didn't take as long. Oops, what just happened? I think the vocals took the longest because we were waiting for Kaylee because she got busy and that was it. The
Someone
song
said
actually took like a couple days.
Someone said, is the drop chord same as intro chords?
Yeah. So it's all. If you listen, right, I'll play with it so you can hear. We'll just go in so you can hear. Let's see. You gonna play any second? So. What's it not playing? Oh. So if you listen, right, it's literally same thing. If I get let me get a piano so you can hear. Like keeping it familiar and the same.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
I
the
think we
chords
changed in this
change
song.
in this song, huh? In most of our
Yeah.
songs, they do change, though.
Yeah.
Don't they? Yeah, typically. And the pop
keeps
stuff,
it
because like
fresh.
it keeps the arrangement from getting boring.
Yeah.
A bridge is usually where you change up your chord progression.
Anyone
So
else?
what else we got in this one? Do you guys want to go over vocal processing? Because that is something that's actually pretty tricky, is making a good sounding vocal. Like if you don't pay a vocalist who has a mix engineer to send you a good vocal, and you have to try to produce a good vocal yourself, that can be a tricky thing sometimes. So I don't know if we want to go over what we did to produce the vocal for Waiting, or what do you guys think? They said yes, please.
Dude.
Go over the Waiting vocal.
Nice. Just got that
Yeah.
loaded up.
I mean, we probably don't have to go over like right
Detail.
from the very beginning, like into Melodyne. We can mention Melodyne,
Yeah.
but I don't think they need to watch going through.
I'll actually be right back 1 second. Let me go.
All right, he's taking off. So basically, every vocal that we get sent that we start working on, the first step before you even want to do anything to it is to put it through Melodyne, which is like a plugin that does pitch correction. So you kind of go through and listen, and yeah, you just any part where the the vocalist doesn't quite nail it, like you can fix if they're a little flat or a little sharp on notes. You can really dial it in. So first thing is to go through your whole vocal and yeah, dial in the pitch correction so it's on pitch as close as you can get it anyway. Separate video on that maybe. Yeah, this will probably just wind up being one big long stream video, so I don't know. It's not that big of a vocal production project. I mean, a lot of it is copying the same vocal chain over and over. So we can just go over it real quick. I mean, you guys are still sticking around, so I'm probably going to go to bed after this anyway. I've had a long night, long day, long life, man.
Hello there, I'm back.
Back. I just ranted about Melodyne for a little while.
What's up?
I said all I did was rant about Melodyne for a little while
Okay.
to them. Explained to do some pitch correction in there first.
Very important.
Yep. Get as
All right.
close.
It's possible.
So, how are giant vocal chains?
Why is
Do
this
you
one
ever
so
worry
small?
about phase issue with your pianos since they sound pretty wide?
No, due to how some of the libraries are recorded, they're already mic'd in a bunch of different ways that prevent them from phasing. Like
Yeah.
they're mixed by professionals. So I mean, there is a stereo width knob that you can always turn up on a lot of these like digital pianos.
Yeah, and a lot of the
That,
libraries
you
have a
know.
width knob in them, so we usually just make the pianos wider from inside the library.
Yeah. I mean, you generally also don't want pianos to be super wide because if
Yeah.
you're putting a lot of stuff in a song too, or not a lot, but like guitar and this, by making a piano super wide, you're already taking up a lot of room. So you're gonna just mud up a guitar or something. So generally, if anything, I'll go like 110% on like the width. Like it's always at 100% normally, but if you go like 110, 120, that's okay. But anything after that, you're just gonna start to ruin your track over your phase. So ruining your track becomes the main issue.
I keep forgetting that when I eat chips, I'm just crunching loudly in your guys' ear. Sorry.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, well,
Let's see.
I'm scared they're hearing me.
Was I never,
This is what she sent us. Pretty plain.
Yeah.
was I never enough? Always seem to get me with your
So I believe I already bounced this with Melodyne on it previously, and then I went back in and changed it with some minor thing. And then
disguise over and over.
all right. So one important thing you should do for vocals, which I did not do in here, but which I later learned, was that big things like this. You see how this is much louder on vocals versus this. This is quiet. This is loud.
Yeah.
You should really be going in and like cutting, like example, this up, and then
And doing
boosting that.
automating the gain manually, getting it as close as you can so you don't have to work the compressors so hard.
Yeah.
Like you're already gonna slam a vocal with compression. You don't need to you want to make it as flat as possible before hitting the compressors, basically.
Yeah.
No
So
clip
that's a good way to
noises.
do it. Also,
Oh,
if
no
there's
chip
really
noises.
apparent like
Sick.
no chip noises.
No chip noises. Yo, let's sample a chip and make a good snare.
I wish we could go over and saw it. Brody came over, when he came to visit. We
Yeah.
went to go hang out with our friends, and we were like banging bottles and weird noises. And my friend was yelling, and I sampled it and used it as like a snare, and it worked.
The percussion sounds were like
Drunk.
us clinking. We were just clinking bottles together when we were drunk, and like random sounds like that we just
Yeah.
tossed into a song works. So just record random shit around your house. You can use your phone, use your what's it?
Voice memos.
Voice memos app. Just
Yeah, I wanna
record
say.
stuff and I don't know, get cool sounds out of it. Stuff that you don't find in sample packs.
Yeah, it's good.
Vinyl
what we
crackles. Yeah, vinyl crackles are cool. Elemental nitty gritty style. Yeah, literally. That's what we did. Anyways, back to the vocal production here.
A lot of this is about 5 months old, so
Yeah, this is older
we
too.
changed a little bit. Yeah, we changed a little bit up till now. A lot of this is, depending on what microphone a vocalist uses and where they record is an important thing. Like if somebody records with the voice memo app, it's not going to sound good. So,
No.
If you have a friend that's going to record for you, they got to make sure that they have a studio or you have a studio that you can come sing at, because it won't end up sounding like like this at all,
Was I never,
because it's just how nature of recording.
Yeah, like basically you have to have a pretty decent mic and recording space in order to get I know okay vocal. Better the mic, better recording space, better the end result's gonna be. So, but yeah, so starts with EQ, I guess.
Yeah.
Cleans up some unwanted.
We got some stuff. Let's see. A lot of nasaliness, I believe, is down here. Yeah, so this right here, you want to take it out because the louder it is, you'll hear.
Just a lover.
It's very like
tinny.
nasally and yeah, it's not very clean. So you want to take that out, best as you can. Don't for vocals. You want to be more surgical and use small, small things like this
Yeah, you don't want to
and yeah,
destroy a
don't use
vocal.
this. Yeah, you do this, you're gonna rip it apart, right? So use more. Take out what you need because you want to make it the main element. It's got to be the best sounding thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Next thing, I cut out 17K because on her mic in her room, you'll hear, right?
Some
Let
hiss.
me find it. There's someone actually. It's in this one. She sent us 2 different takes at 2 different times, and one of them, her voice, she just got over being sick, so you'll hear this like.
Ever in love?
Where is
Was
it?
it real?
I'll show you guys after, but you'll see what I mean. Next thing, another EQ. Take out some of the um, sibilance and like hissing and stuff that she's saying. Um,
Almost
Another thing
works as
too.
like a de-esser.
Yeah, pretty much like a de-esser. It's a dynamic EQ. So how it works is if you guys have Pro L, there's a dynamic range which you can control, and then of course where it hits on the threshold here was when it'll start to duck, go down like this and so forth.
Yeah.
So dynamic EQ slash, multi-band compressor kind of. So
Was I never?
that's that. It's always sounded better.
Was I never in love?
Now again, if you can, right, level everything out here, but if there's stuff like S's and, stuff that you
Like
can
peas.
control, yeah, like, the harsh stuff you can control, like just cutting it out and then, reducing the volume, that's a better way to do it than really, making a DSer work hard as well. So there's that. The next thing is, um, anything below like 500 hertz is where like the root of the vocal is, where that's what makes the vocal cut through. So if you'll see actually on this compressor,
Never.
um, I'm hitting
Was
it
I
decently
never in
at about
love?
2 dBs of compression. And you want, I mean, on this one it was incorrect, but you want a tighter attack. I should probably be having a lower attack, like 4, probably something like 10, because you want that low end to be really tight.
Mm-hmm.
So I should have done that to begin with, but you want it to be really tight in the mix. So
Never.
you'll hear
Was I
too
never in
that part right there,
The
that
body.
low
The
end,
body
yeah,
of
the
the
body.
vocal.
That's what you want to be present. That's what makes it cut through a mix.
Will you
The
save the
next
live?
thing,
Yeah, we'll save the live. We'll save the stream. It'll be on our Twitch and probably even on our YouTube, so you can go back and watch this after.
like a blast,
But yeah.
blast.
Then
Next,
VMR.
EQ. It's important to go through these steps. You can do them a little differently, but you want to cut out everything before you process it in a way. I mean, technically this is the processing, but cut out what you don't need.
Yeah.
Don't do any boosting, anything. Like literally, all this is cutting everything out. Right? Every one of these EQs is just us cutting everything out, and using more EQs and just using one. Like I could have done it all in one, but then you kind of get confused at what you did, and it's a little bit easier. Like off the bat, I know this is taking out the rough stuff, and then this is taking out some more of it, but I understand what's what, and then again, right, this is like de-esser, so you kind of understand. Um, the next thing, the boosting. So for her vocals, like I said, her room. If I boosted too much, you'll hear a lot of the
Was
hiss,
I never?
right? So
Was I never?
try not to boost too much. Here I boosted about 11, about 12 kilohertz. Um, just for clarity. Actually, I didn't boost it, did I? No, I didn't.
No,
Guess I did not.
you boosted.
Let's see. Oh, I only boosted at 5, and I don't know why. I only did a little bit. I think that was just so she cuts through a little bit.
Never. Was I
Yeah.
never in love? Just another.
So there you go. So that's all I did.
Just a lover.
Next thing, de-esser.
Oh, you always seem to get me with your disguise.
Important.
Important.
When you EQ, like I just did, you're gonna bring out a lot of the and S's and H's, all the really hard, not H's, but the really um, harsh frequencies that white noise.
Yeah, the stuff that sounds bad to your ear.
Yeah,
It
you
hurts
want to
your
get
ear at
rid
high
of it.
volume.
Hmm. There's a couple parts even in the track that I couldn't even tame, just due to where she recorded. Like she has a good mic, but she just didn't have, her voice wasn't there because she just got over being sick, and we were trying to put it out. So,
Hmm.
um, that's that. DS it. Make sure you catch all that. The next thing I believe is compression. Yeah. So
A lot
it's
of
better to
compression.
use a lot. Yeah. Um, use multiple compressors. Don't use one.
Yeah.
That goes for everything too. If well, whatever you do, you want to have a smoother compression versus having a compressor work down, -5 or 6 dB. That's quite a lot for a compressor. So by that, time the dial gets down to 7, that transient's already loud, right? That's already coming through the mix really hot, and then then the compressor will work, and then lower the volume. So using multiple compressors, you'll see that they smooth each other out, and they won't be as aggressive with each
Was it
other.
never, was it never enough?
Yeah.
Just another.
It's better than just slamming one, right?
Yeah, and with these, you don't want to have a super. You want to have like the attack and release times. Maybe explain that to them for
Yeah.
vocal.
So the first one is important. The reason this one is to essentially compress the vocal, but don't shave off the transient of her vocal. So when
Yeah.
she says words, like the moment they come out of her mouth, that attack, you don't want to shave that off entirely. So what you want to do is slowly increase the attack until you hear that transient start to get, smacked down.
Then go
The
back.
moment you start to hear it, yeah, then you pull back a little bit. Then you stop there. Right? Um, and what we did is I think what do you want, about 10, 12 Ds, or
Yeah.
sorry, 10 to 15?
Yeah. You want 10 to 15 dBs of compression in a vocal, typically.
Yeah. So we leveled it out with using 2. You could use 3. We do use 3 now, and
Yeah.
it sounds better because it's smoother.
Even in
So
mastering, I use 2 limiters because you don't want to crank one limiter. Actually, I use
yeah.
3 limiters in mastering.
Oh shoot. I
I
didn't use
use
3.
one to just chop the peaks off, and then 2 to make it loud.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How do you guys find
Yeah.
singers? Well, how did we find singers? I mean, Natalia knew Kaylee. Oh, you can tell the story, but
Yeah, that
we
was
knew
my brother
Kaylee
knew her.
beforehand.
Yeah. Close
Um,
enough. She was sweet.
so we knew Kaylee beforehand. So she's just a friend of Natalia's. We found Alina Renee on a website called Sound Better, and she's just a famous like she's a big dance singer. So I've known her for a while, like known of her. So we just kind of found her on Sound Better, hit her up. She liked the demo. She was pretty expensive, but it was worth it because Love Ain't Changing turned out awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Some of our other singers we found. There's a group on Facebook I found called Make Pop Music, and we found our friend Mallory in there. We've done a few songs with her.
She's
Where did
good.
we find Lexi?
Lexi, I think she hit us up. If you guys know Taylor Janae, she did a song with
Midas.
um, Midas back when he released his, I think, first EP. I think it was, I forget what it was, but it was one of the songs she did with him.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
reached out to Taylor, I remember, and then she gave us her friend Lexi, and that's how that
yeah,
happened.
Lexi's her friend, yeah.
So, I mean, basically, what we've done is like, I mean, we've seen some of the vocalists our friends have worked with, and we just reach out to them via like email or a DM or something like that. That's kind of the best way to go about it, I think. Usually start by like asking what they charge for a top line, or sometimes they're down to collaborate, and then there's no upfront price. Like sometimes you'll buy them out of the vocal, and then sometimes we don't pay them, and you just do a split on the master instead. So it depends on what the vocalist wants to do, basically. But yeah, websites like Sound Better can work. Fiverr, I'm probably sure you could find someone even. Um, find other tracks that you like and or your friends have done that, and then reach out to those vocalists. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do it. So, but yeah, that's kind of how we find them. Hey, who's Llama? Hey Llama. Hey yo, I see you. Anyways, back to the vocal
Anyways.
production.
All right, so after the compression,
After the
final
compression.
bit. you are gonna now do your
Saturate.
final saturation. Generally, for a pop track like this, if you're using a lot of um, digital stuff, you want to try to bring life to it by using something
Yeah.
that's analog
Analog
modeled.
modeled. Yeah. So this
I
slate
mean,
stuff is very good for analog modeled plugins. If you don't
yeah,
have it,
it's good.
buy the slate stuff.
You
It's
should get
worth
it.
it.
There's probably some like analog saturation plugins in your DAW. That's I suggest using that versus like a different saturation. It just gives it a little bit more warmth and a little more life
Color.
than it would, a little more color than, just something else, some other different, saturator. So there's a bunch of other, you can use, but this is just what we used. Um, so yeah, no, we just have a little bit of saturation, and then just dial it in with a mix, so you don't really hear too much of the drive. Um,
Like,
but then after that, it'll go ahead.
oh, just Razor says or learn singing, and I said yeah,
Yeah, or that.
yeah. I'm just gonna be the next Drew from the Chainsmokers. So watch, I'll
Or
sing in one of our upcoming. I actually do want to try to sing in one of our upcoming songs. Maybe we'll do some background vocals.
mm. I was gonna say now that you got a mic, we should do it.
Yeah, I got a mic now, so maybe I'll try and record myself.
Yeah, we could just try doing a crowd gang vocals by ourselves next time.
Oh
Just
hey,
record a bunch of
hey
takes.
Drelm, what's up?
Oh, it's
Sing pop
Drelm.
punk, bro. Singing pop punk is really hard. I've tried.
Yeah.
It's really hard to sing in pop punk because it's kind of like you're in the middle between, what's it, like the high and low. Like you're not
Uh-huh.
singing. You're kind of in the middle. It's weird.
Altoda.
Pop punk's weird. Yeah, but we are kind of in the process of we have a pop punk singer that we are trying to work with right now because we're kind of trying to do something like our Dirty Little Secret remix, but we're gonna try and do an original, like a pop punk, future bass rock kind of original. So that's gonna be coming from us eventually. But yeah,
That'd be good.
that's for later down the road.
Um,
Okay, so after the saturation,
Oh yeah, after
comes
saturation.
all the effects chains.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one last thing. The silk.
Oh yeah, that.
Another EQ. Final EQ. I believe this is like 10K and up. So it's just adding a little bit of air, I think. But it's kind of it's in that realm. It's just silkiness. So something like a Paul Tech, like I was saying, like a lot of these DAWs now have like the emulation of a Paul Tech, which is you should see it. It'll be like a tube EQ. Like this mimics what you call a silky EQ, and like it has a certain sound that makes your either sound warm on the low end or the high end sound silky. That's essentially what this is. So it makes the high end sound a little more silky. So you could use that for the final EQ, whatever you want to do. Yeah, now it comes the effects. So the first one we have is parallel compression. Yeah, for vocals. I don't think these were done correct because I remember we made this whole chain as like a template, and then we'll throw the vocals in to save time. So I don't think I ever dialed this in correctly, but we'll see.
Was I never?
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh.
So parallel compression, you want to smack the vocal to hell. So
Yeah.
off the bat, just crush it. Like we should have probably been ducking like.
Was I never in?
Let's put this up like 12 dBs, something like that, and then go down. Where we at? Was that that's the makeup?
Enough, just another,
Like even there.
just a lover.
Like this, honestly.
Oh, you always
Wanna
seem to
slam
get me with your.
That's how it should be. I don't know why this one wasn't like that. Now the reason you want this is because we do the same thing for like percussion in our tracks. So you want to have your less ruined vocal, I guess you say that the more natural sounding vocal up front, and then behind you'll dial in, like mix wise, the parallel compression, meaning the one that's smushed.
By parallel and by like so all these effects we're putting on, which I guess you guys probably know about, is like on an auxiliary track or a send bus. So you're not putting these effects directly on the vocal. You're sending the signal to it rather than having it directly on it. So if that makes sense. It's like you're not compressing the shit out of the vocal, you're just sending a super compressed version into the regular vocal and blending them together so you get this like harder sounding.
Yeah, it sounds more in your face.
Yeah.
But without it, it sounds a little bit, doesn't have as much energy. But when you toss this on, it'll make it come more up to your face. Right? It'll come more in front of you in the mix.
Yeah.
And for pop, you want a really up close vocal, but for like I guess like melodic music, it's not a huge deal. But mostly stuff like Set the Sky, Alenity, and their vocals usually pretty close in the main, the main kind of element. Next thing would be widening it. You don't really need to use like a chorus plugin, but you also don't want to use like just like a stereo widener.
Yeah,
You don't
you
want
don't
to
want
use
to use
anything
a
like that.
stereo widener on a vocal.
And you sound a little more natural, like a chorus, or what
Or
else is
doubler.
there? Yeah, or doubler, or you can even do like a really quick, like a really quick delay. I guess you could try that too. But again, you don't want to really destroy it because it's just widening it a little bit, not a lot.
And a vocal is supposed to be in mono, so I mean,
Hmm.
you don't want a vocal that's super wide, but you do want one that's not
Like keep the vocal itself in mono, but the effects you want the effects to widen.
Yeah,
You don't want you don't want you to like start panning the vocal and then copy it and put another one down. You never want to do that. Widen it with effects and keep it with effects only. If it's not wide enough, then try to come back in and dial it in before just keep trying to dial it in so it sounds better in your mix without having to do any of that. Next is let's see,
Another thing I
short
want to
reverb.
plug for you other producers that are out there watching. We help with mixes. So if you're
Oh
having
yeah.
trouble getting your mixes right, we do that. We offer that help too. So, or if you need mastering help, just email us and we can help you with either of those things. So glad to help out. Show you guys
And
some
if
stuff.
anybody needs feedback too, you guys can always email us too if you guys
Yeah,
know
if
what
you need
email us.
feedback, email us your tracks. We'll try to get to them.
Hmm.
Try to listen to them for you. But anyways, continuing down the chain.
All right, down the chain. Short reverb.
Short reverb.
Let's see what this is doing.
Disguise over and
So you can hear it,
over.
right? So
Never was it never enough, just enough.
pretty small room. I think we're at a 764 milliseconds. So
So this is just
0.7.
a small room reverb, just putting it in like a bathroom sound, basically,
Yeah.
making it sound like it was in a room.
Now this is partly for widening it. This isn't the main reverb, so you don't want this to be mainly up front. You want this to be more
Was it never?
Yeah, this is a more subtle one.
subtle, but makes it a little more wide, right? Slap delay.
Slap delay, also making it wider.
Making it wide. Let's see. Can I not do this? I've used. Where is it?
Never enough.
Doesn't work like it used to. I don't know why. That's weird.
Ever. Oh, you always get.
But anyways, I'll just emphasize it so you can hear what it sounds like. It's not letting me play it.
Was it never? Was it never enough?
It's just widening it a little bit more again.
Yeah, and essentially, if you look in repeater how to set up a slap delay, I think it's similar to the Haas effect, isn't it? Just a really fast.
Kind of, yeah. It's just, yeah, literally 64th note.
1/64th note. Yep.
Yeah, and then the feedback is really really short because you don't want this to like bleed on. You want this to be cut off right when the vocal ends. You're not supposed to really necessarily hear it. It's just more there to widen it. Like again, most of this right here is what you're widening it at this
Yeah.
point. You're just trying to get it, a little more wide, but not noticeably, hear the sounds. Now you can, depending on what track you're doing. But next thing is the long reverb.
Yeah, the
So,
stereo reverb. So this is the main reverb that you want to hear, like the effect one.
Was it never? Was it never enough?
so let's see what we got. So 2.9, about 3 seconds of just a hall. Yeah, pretty wide too. You can also change the width in some of these. You can't in Valhalla, but on these ones you can just to make them a little bit wider.
Yeah.
EQ is a big thing too. Like you can see what we cut out. This is important.
Yeah.
You don't want your what is it? Your reverbs to mud up your mix. So the best way to do that is to cut them off. About 500 hertz is a good place to start for the low end. Cut that out. Don't use a sharp curve though because you want it to sound natural, like it's in the room.
My lights are just tripping out.
Yeah, I just saw that. What the hell?
Oh no. I got those smart lights, but they're not so smart sometimes. They break and
It's stupid.
they're flipping out right now.
Let's see. And then cut at 7K too. That's what we did.
Yeah, so basically,
Yeah.
that's another reason why you put your effects on sends, because then you can process your effects. So if you're sending a reverb in, you want to make sure you send it in as clean as possible. So cut out all the low and the highs that you don't need in the reverb, and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you really don't want the highs either. Because like I said, like same thing with like super saws, right? Highs build up, and they really do in reverb. Like if you were to you were to sing in a room, a natural room reverb is that the moment it bounces off the wall, the highs actually won't even reach the wall. The highs are gonna start, going out, and the further they go, the quicker they dissipate.
Yeah.
As for the low end, it's the reverse. The longer it takes for it to dissipate. So normally in a real actual like concert hall, when you yell, you're never gonna hear anything really over like 7K. That's unnatural. You don't hear that. So that's why I want to really get that out. Same with like anything past like 200 hertz, you really don't want to hear. So, and for a real hall, but for this, because of the pop vocal, you really don't even need 500 either. So you can get rid of that.
Yeah. So that's the reverb.
Next thing is the stereo delay.
And then yeah,
One more thing. One more thing actually for reverb. We didn't do it on here, but on our updated one, I believe. Yeah, you want to try to compress them to smooth your vocal out. Now, what it is like, you'll see. So
Just another,
solid this.
just a love.
Doesn't want to work, but sorry.
Always seem to get me with your disguise
Isn't that what I'm hearing?
I heard it for a sec.
again.
Nice. Oh wait.
Oh, I hear it.
Nice. But you hear, right? So the vocal, you want to try to smooth out as best you can. So if we were to, let's see. I like how this one's playing with the other ones are.
Mm-hmm.
For example, then let's just go compress this a little bit so you can see. Let's go put it in. So you want to try to tone it in. Oh, it's not even enough.
I think it's just not loud enough. Like you're not sending enough to it to compress
But
it.
you see, yeah, pretty simple to do. Just try to compress it. Let's see. Even this is not enough. Let's go up 36 and go down 36. Maybe that's not loud enough. But generally, you want to compress it. Obviously, because the main vocal's not playing, it's probably not going to be loud enough. Wow. Now we turn that off. But yeah, you don't want to crush it, but you want to just compress it about
Control
like
your reverb with it.
control it like 1 to 3 dBs just to smooth it out, just like you would, like an instrument or something if you had it. What was next? Was that, the delay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it's just a ping pong, I think this one is.
Get me into life. Was I never? What?
Yeah, it's
So it's
just
pretty
a
quick.
quick little ping pong just to add some, depth and like some.
You can for the ping pong one too. If you wanted, you can cut out some of it.
Yeah,
We did it in this.
You can. Yeah, you can definitely EQ your delays too, and sometimes, which is, I mean, what we
Sidechain.
probably should have done, or what we have done, is you send your delay back through the reverb, like the stereo reverb, so that way your delays are getting reverbed and everything's in the same space. That's what we probably should have done. Or did we?
Oh yeah, this one's not, but all our updated ones, I think.
All our updated songs are. Yeah, we should have done that, but that's another trick. Send your delay back through the reverb, so it's in the same place.
What you can do to prevent this being muddy, because you want the vocal right to be up front. The reverb, if you put too much delay, it kind of drowns it out. So for the reverb, it's usually fine, but for the delay, it'll build up, so you can sidechain it to your vocal.
Yeah, you can sidechain delay.
That way, yeah, you don't need to. You can duck it when the vocal comes in, but that one's it. Let's see the one. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Guys, everyone say goodnight to Nat's mom. say goodnight in the chat.
Say goodnight.
We'll tell her.
All right, and then this one we kept it a little more simple. We just added the chorus, distorted it.
Yeah, we added some distortion on those ones.
For the day you will open your heart to the one right here. Won't you let me?
Really important. Without this, that chorus wouldn't sound good.
Mm-hmm. we should mention that when you're doing your doublings and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you can't just copy the same vocal down
Yeah.
onto other chains. You need to get them to take more takes of the vocal,
Yeah.
and make sure the processing on the other two, on like your doublings and the ones you're panning, make sure they're not the same processing. Like, make sure they sound different. Like they got to be in a different space in the mix. Like either put them back further with EQ, or like we did, kind of distort them, or you got to do something to the other ones to give them some distinction from the first one.
Right. Yeah.
So
You could always, like reverb's a big thing. You could just toss it back more, but also you
Night
can take the
Infex.
reverb off.
Oh,
Getting
Night.
out?
Yeah, Infex is peacing out. So is Caitlin. Night, Caitlin. We're almost done
See ya.
anyway.
We'll finish this. I guess we'll
We'll
call
finish
it.
this up and call her done.
Waiting, I've been waiting, my heart is waiting for right here. Won't you let me in?
Oh, right.
I've been waiting,
What?
They were just saying goodnight to your mom.
Oh.
I forgot I just said that. They're
Oh,
not,
that's what they were saying. They're not leaving.
they're
Oh,
not
I see.
leaving. Good.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
leave. We
it.
love you.
And then drop ad libs. That's it.
Drop vocals.
for you to let me in. Oh.
Typically in the drop, you just put more reverb on them. So that way
Something you could do too is like, I mean, we didn't for this, but if you guys wanted to make them stick out a bit more, is you can always saturate them a bit more, like maybe just like honestly quite a bit, like, and you'll hear the
For
difference.
you to let me
Like you hear what that sounds like all the way up, right?
Yeah, sounds
in. For you to let me in.
Like you don't
Actually
need
sounds
that
pretty
much,
good.
but yeah.
like right before the drop. That would have been kind of a cool effect,
Mm-hmm.
blowing it out like that. Anyways,
Yeah, like it just makes it a little more
it's for future
cuts through a bit
reference.
better. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
just open your heart, open your heart.
Should we tell them? Well, I mean, I guess pretty straightforward is when you're doing the doublings and stuff like that to pan them, the harmonies.
yeah,
and
make
shit.
sure they're out wide.
Yeah.
On the sides. If they're all down the middle, like if a vocalist sends you a lead like this, and then they send you one chorus like this, it's hard. Usually, you should ask them. If they go into a studio and tell you to record, tell them what you want if you're paying for it. You want vocal, you want choruses, you want doublings of the lead vocal, you want ad libs, you want harmonies. Ask them for all that. That way, when you go to put it in, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, you want
Work
to have
with it.
the most material to work with when you're making a vocal arrangement.
Yeah.
It's better to have too much sent to you, and you can weed out what's good and what's not good, kind of thing.
Another thing you can do too is if you only get like one layer for a harmony, which is pretty common, you can always pan them one right and then have it ping pong, to the left and so forth like that, or not ping pong, sorry, but have one beat, one bar on the right, one bar on the left. Another thing you could do, which I think we did in here, was let's see. Oh, sorry.
In love.
Yeah, actually, we did do it in here. Which one are we using? Let me see. I think one of these. Yeah, so I put chorus on this to make it more wide. That way it stands out instead of it, overlapping on the main vocal.
Same thing. Pretend.
If you have, what's that one called, bro? If you have isotope
Oh yeah.
nectar,
Yeah.
you can.
Same thing. Pretend.
I wonder what they do. What algorithm that is. Like, I wonder what.
I think it's the same stereo wise.
Really?
I
Oh.
think.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Pretend.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That
Does it
sound of
collapse to
like.
mono?
Yeah, it collapses.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, you can do that. You can also stereoize it, I guess. But either one works. Just don't put it down the middle. I mean, you can, but depends what you're going for. And then that's it.
Yeah.
That's the
So
vocals.
that's kind of our vocals. That's how you make a vocal. And then, I mean, obviously, you just throw the instrumental into this project and level them. Tip for leveling vocals. If you want to know if you're getting your vocals to sit right in the mix, turn your monitors all the way down, like all the way down, and then start bringing them up. And the first and only thing you should hear is the vocal. The vocal should be the loudest thing in your mix. So, well, your vocal and like your snare and kick are your three loudest things. So I was told, yeah, when leveling a vocal, turn your monitors all the way down, start turning them up a little bit, and then like you should be able to just hear that vocal first, kind of thing. So, tip for that.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know what else to go over really. We kind of.
Does anyone want to go over anything else?
Anything else you guys got? Any more questions? Questions and concerns for you 13 that have stuck through this whole time? We love you.
Ah,
Yeah, they stuck through the whole time. We've been here for
Thank
2
God.
hours,
mhm.
I think. 2 hours. Any
Yeah.
more questions, producers? There's a bit of a lag, so I'm just gonna wait.
Oh yeah.
If not, then we're good. They're probably seeing your desktop right now. Cry Dancing. Don't know what that is, but Nevermind is a new song we're working on. Super top secret. Catchy as fuck. Oh, they said, might be a dumb question, but for the sub in your chord stack, do you low pass it at like maybe 100 hertz? Yeah, we
Yes.
could go over
With a
sub and
48
show them the 3 harmonic thing. That's
Sure,
kind of
so
important.
Let me load up really quick.
We'll load
That's
up
quick.
a project and show you the subs.
Oh,
Subs
no,
pretty.
no, 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 no. Why are you bullying me?
Why are you bullying me? It depends on the patch you're using for your sub, but yeah, ideally you'll want to have them cut around 100. We'll show you. Keep asking questions so they stay longer, lol. We've been here for a while, Caitlin.
At least she's been
Yeah, she's chilling. She's the MVP.
stuck in there.
She's the MVP.
Thanks.
She doesn't even produce. She just likes to watch us talk, I guess. Like,
Oh wow.
yeah.
A stalker. No,
No,
I'm
no,
joking.
she's
I'm joking. I'm joking.
she's the best supporter ever. So
Yeah, thank you.
look at those
All
vocals,
right,
nice
sub.
and crushed.
All right,
Subs.
sub.
Drop sub.
You have serum.
Yep, serum.
Go
Every sub's
into
the same in every song. We use this patch called sub distributor.
the
Right
preset
there.
in the basic
Preset.
serum.
It comes with serum. Use that sub distributor.
Subject, and then turn off the compression will be on.
I mean,
Off
you
the
can
bat.
compress it a bit.
Yeah, I guess it's not a bad thing.
Millennium did in his.
Yeah,
But
I guess you can leave it off if you want.
on or
Otherwise,
off doesn't really overly matter. I compress the sub and the master, so like quite a bit.
maybe I should start compressing it a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. Go watch what Nick did, but alright, it's working for us, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, sub. That's the patch we use. Pretty basic. Add some distortion,
Yep.
and then bring up span, and kind of show them, or the EQ. I guess you can see it. That's the one I use too. That's good. LL, call me out, Brody. Not calling you out. Yeah, see, so stored it. So you get those harmonics in. You see those 3 peaks there? There's like a peak at 50, or like, then there's a peak 200-ish, and that peak at 100. You want to see those 3 harmonic stacks in there.
And you chop it
Then you cut it.
at 100 hertz.
At 100, yep.
48.
So then you're still getting a bit of the harmonics, like the top end, like, because you want that, you want those harmonics in there.
Doesn't
And
sound
that's
like it added.
that's literally it. That's all we get for a good sub. Quick mixing tip, which is how a lot of people ask, how do you level your sub in your drops or in your songs? And basically you anchor your kick at a certain spot in the mix. Like your kick's your loudest thing, right? So you anchor it, you set that kick as the loudest thing. So what do we usually do? -5?
Yeah, -5.
We make our kick,
5.5.
yeah, we make sure our kick's peaking around -5 dB, and then we'll set the sub to about another 5 decibels lower than the kick. So we set the sub to peak around -10. So you have a 5 decibel difference between your kick and your sub. And that's kind of generally where you want to keep your sub. I mean, certain songs like certain genres, like, I'm coughing, guys. Okay.
Dead.
Certain genres like dubstep and stuff that are more bass driven, the sub can be a little bit louder. But for our genre, that's typically where we stick the subs. And you can check that too with reference songs. You can see where their subs are hitting. And that's usually what I do in the mastering stage. So kind of check and yeah.
About the kick too. The drop kick, like I didn't know you were talking about like peaking on master. Oh, for that, like you want actually like a good you want your track to be peaking on the drop about -60 beats, the entire drop, because then it leaves room for mastering. If you want it to be loud, just get a limiter, like we have, always keep one on, and then just like crush it. Just put some on, see what it sounds like crushed, and then you'll have an idea what it sounds like when you're gonna put kind of, well, essentially put it through mastering is when you crush it, right? You're gonna see what comes out more, what makes it sound muffled, this and that.
Yeah.
So if
It's
you
good
need
to,
volume, use the tool.
it's good to A/B it when you're
Yeah.
in your mix down, like when you're making the song. It's good to A/B with a mastering chain on, or like at least a limiter on, just so you can hear how the track sounds when it's super crushed and loud, because certain stuff will get chopped off and certain stuff will get brought up. Snares and kicks usually get clipped a little bit, and then other elements get brought up more. So it's good to A/B what it sounds like when you crush it.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Don't know what else. I still feel kind of nauseous.
Oh, great.
No, I'm good. It's just how I live my life.
I know.
Uh,
Sad.
it's quarantine,
time.
man. What else are we
Yeah,
doing?
pretty much. Anybody else got anything
Wave
else?
music's in here. This
Is he?
sounds like a cool song so far. I'd like to hear the full thing sometime.
Oh, really?
Alex. Yeah, that's a pretty cool song. Hey, Alex.
Alex, you want some demos, bro?
You
No.
want some demo? Actually, Alex, yeah, you're in here. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a new one. Are you on tonight? Maybe I'll just send you it tonight. Cause yeah, we got a couple we're trying to sign right now, so I might send you something. Never drinking again. Brody 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
You know me too well.
Who was that?
Infex. I've never.
Oh,
He hasn't even met me, and he knows that I.
he knows.
He knows.
He got the vibe.
You got my vibe. That's me. Yeah, every weekend, wake up. Never drink again. And like,
Alex, you drinking? You drinking? You playing that Modern Warfare with with Andy?
yeah, he's probably gaming with Andy. Alex, let's send it. Okay, I'll send you an email in a sec. Yeah. What do we do now? Any more questions, guys? I think we're
Who
pretty
wants to
much
hear this
done.
epic orchestration?
Oh yeah, you guys want to hear
So
this
just-
epic intro orchestration? Yeah, show them.
You'll like this.
This is how you make orchestral music.
Where is it? Caslo intro, isn't
Caslo
it? There
intro.
it is.
Caslo and
For
Brainy. That's
shows,
such an old
baby.
project. Probably sounds awful.
Which one?
Caslo
Oh, this
and
is the
Brainy.
new one.
No, Caslo and
Oh,
Brainy.
that
That
was
so old.
something.
Like really old.
This is probably one of my favorite orchestrations at the start. Right, currently. It'll change
Contracts.
tomorrow.
Caslo times Nikola Desma.
Oh,
Oops.
sorry.
Oops.
Yeah,
It's out. The world knows.
it's out.
Chat is broken in Warzone, waiting for a fix. Oh. Well, we're
Oh,
talking
great.
to you. It's not broken here.
Howdy, Alex. Wait, where did? Actually, I should have probably asked this guy.
Yeah, don't ask on the stream.
I was gonna just say, never mind. All right, who's ready for this? Let's
Here's
let it
some
load.
orchestral intro we made.
Let it load. Oh, I started working on it. That's right.
Oh.
We'll stop here.
Oh, you started making it into a song.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, we'll just play it through.
No, we'll play it through.
Let us know if it's shit or if we keep going.
Yeah, let us know if this is shitty or if we should continue this.
See if it lags out. I hope it doesn't. It's kind of broken. It's broken, but it's right. Let me pause it for a sec.
One sec, something broke.
We'll start again. It's lagging out.
Redo.
I wonder what this all looks like. Let's see. Look at all this.
Whoa.
Let's go see.
That's
This
a lot of MIDI.
is the expression you want to see in each. All right, see if it works.
Let's see if we can work this thing.
It hasn't yet.
Should we freeze some stuff?
Oh, slowly getting there. Oh, great. Still frozen.
Something's breaking. Maybe freeze it.
I know. Well, I can try putting something like this. That hasn't loaded.
We're just gonna freeze some stuff because the computer.
We'll play it through one more time because it sounds good when you hear it start to finish. But it's
Yeah.
like, hey, let's play it anyway. It sounds like
We'll do a restart now that
Yeah.
it's gonna play through.
we just gotta find a nice vocalist.
Gotta find a nice vocalist. If you guys name some
Yeah,
vocalists for
yeah.
us, who do you think we should get on this track?
We need someone more,
Sad.
yeah, and
Or-
more,
More.
less talkative.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to pay $9,000 for the potion singer? Let us know.
Yeah.
Be a sponsor. Alex,
$9,000.
did you hear that? No, it's joking.
Yeah, Alex.
Only $9,000.
It's
It's
only
not that
$9,000.
much.
Let's just get the guy from Potions.
Yeah.
Let's get Dylan Matthew. Hey, what's he like? $7
I'm
grand?
surprised. Yeah, he's 7, but I'm
$7 grand.
surprised
Someone
that
just donate us $7 grand and we'll do a track with Dylan Matthew.
imagine it just pops up.
He's sick. Yo, our PayPal links are, on our.
You know,
Go
send
donate.
it over.
Donate.
You'll probably lose like $400 out on like a PayPal transfer that day.
She says Lena Leon. Lena? I'll look up this. I'll look her up. Or her.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Alright, retry.
We should work on this better screen, honestly. Did you ever master this? Did you ever master this?
Yeah, just for the matchup that I made.
Okay. Just wait. And then we go into a song. I don't know what to do, but go put the divinity vocals on and see how it sounds.
Damn, that's so vibey.
What is happening?
Logic's broken.
Oh,
She says so cinematic.
I know.
Guitar makes everything sound amazing. It does, yeah.
It
really
does.
It really, really does. I gotta learn how to play it better. Pretty shit, but that's why Natal's here.
Hey, I'm pretty shit too.
Good enough to record, so.
Yeah, I know. Oh well, that was a good time.
Yeah, so I think that's about all we got here, folks. Should we show them previews of something? Maybe, I don't know. We could give them a little snippet of something. Catch Me. Oh, do you want us to play Catch Me, Nick, or do you want us to go over Catch Me? I didn't really want to talk about that one. It's not out yet, so I don't know if we're allowed. Days of Our Youth. We can't talk about all the ones we aren't released yet.
Uh-oh.
Let's play them. Never mind.
It's like
We
kind
only
of
got
done.
one. We only
Not
got
done.
up to one drop done, and it's not even
Yeah.
done yet. But
The vocals are rough too. It's
the
just like,
vocals are also rough.
can you hear this?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
We met in the summer, said that we loved each other. I knew that wasn't true, it's just what teenagers do. ignoring the future. I was pretending that you were something I'd never lose. It's just what teenagers do. Had your hand out the window, yeah, I swore I'd never let go. But when we left San Francisco, that all changed. Now I think about the weather, that July we spent together, as I'm in Seattle watching the rain. And just thinking, never mind, never mind, I wish you were never mine. Never mind, never mind, I wish you were never mine. Never mind, never mind, I wish you were never mine. Never mind, never mind, I wish you were never mine. Wish you were never mine. Wish you were never mine.
Nice.
But bam, that's it so far. But it's gonna be a poppy, a little banger. We've been doing more pop stuff lately.
But then the stuff that I don't even know, it was going all over the
Yeah,
place.
this has kind of been everywhere. He was laughing. Waves laughing at the give it a fucking name.
Oh, where? I don't even know what this track. I want to go open it up.
Yeah, let's go open it. Let's open it. Let's
Where
open
is
some
it?
old tracks. It was down at the bottom, maybe. Give it a fucking maybe. I saw it in there earlier. Oh, there it is.
Oh, give it a.
What is this?
Oh, wait, is this what I think it is? May 22nd.
May
Oh,
22nd.
this
That
can't
was
be
a long
good.
time ago.
Can't be good.
Let's
This is
play.
probably
Go
shit.
through old projects.
I know.
This is gonna be fun. I bet all the plugins are gonna be broken. Yep.
Yeah. Well, we can still do a fact check. All right. Oh God,
Oop, we're missing everything.
this looks familiar. Oh, this is what I think it is. Oh, I found it. I was looking for this. Okay. No, I wish the vocoder worked because that was the key song. Ready? Oh, dude, the sound. Okay,
Yeah.
if you knew what this sounded like with the vocoder, you wouldn't know it was a kid going. Doot, 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 doot.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it was a kid, but
You would wait.
maybe.
I wish I could get this to work. It sounded like just a different pop. Let's play it through. Let's keep playing it through. Oh, jeez, this is horrible. I don't think we finished this though.
No, we never
it's like-
finished it. The vocal.
Oh my gosh.
The kid's voice.
Don't give a damn about the money.
Where did you find that? Show them what
Don't give a
library.
damn.
It's a contact library.
Sounds like that morning bird you just want to shoot. Yeah, look at this library. It's just a kid's.
But the sound that we got out of it was
Yeah, it
actually
actually
cool.
did sound good at one point.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go get vocal synth again. I'm gonna put it on her story. I'm gonna send it directly to you, Alex, so you can hear.
He said he liked the kalimba. Yeah, the kalimba was cool in this song.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even remember.
We haven't used kalimba in recent ones, really.
No.
You can show them what library that is. Oh, it's sick.
Tinga Taco.
Yo, that sounds sick. In the second part here. That's dope.
Yeah. This is
There's
with the
like-
TikTok girl, this song, but we never
Oh.
finished. What's her name?
TikTok girl, what?
What's that girl's? Shoot. We did the Porter, like, cover over at my place.
Oh, Grace.
Grace. That's,
Grace.
yeah. I'm like buttered that this didn't work. Cause oh shit, I kind of want to get this to work now.
Why don't
Wait,
you let's
wait.
just throw something on it, like a different vocoder.
Let's see. Let's try to just put. So I want to see if we can get this to work. Let me. Where is it?
Let's try and
Manipulators.
fix
Let's
it.
try this. That's. Oh, that's really good. Doesn't even work. Oh, that's why.
Not sidechained.
We should go through some old projects. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, it
I,
would be
I was
good.
I was looking for this project. I thought I deleted it because I was trying to get that and like send it to someone and be like, listen to this.
Names are important, as Alex said.
Yeah, I know. You know it. Would you?
Yeah, some of the projects are just named like bunch of letters.
Like. Oh.
That's kind of cool.
That's close. But that's kidding. Yeah, I'm
what
like
other
bummed.
fun projects you guys got? They're asking
Who's
what other
that?
fun projects we got. I don't know. What are some of these ones? Some scrapped ones.
Go throw it all away. That was meant to go in the trash can.
Throw it all away. Do we ever?
Was how long ago?
That's
March
so
20.
old.
Oh.
March 2019.
Why did I open it?
Over a year ago.
League guitar music ball drop. What was this? It's organized how like our like current stuff is.
We could open that one.
Oh God. I'm a cringe. This is like cringe test.
Caitlin loves. Nick wants to play a snippet of Catch Me. We can do that in a minute.
Baby, will you
Play a little.
catch me?
Baby, will you catch me?
Dude, that song is what, 7, 8 months old now?
Catch Me? Yeah, we made Catch Me like 7 or 8 months ago.
Jeez, and still.
Songs take forever to get released. Oh God. Sorry.
Oh. What was that one? Wait, Wild Ones. Oh, the first Castle project.
Yeah, this was the first Caslow project. We should show them that. It's so bad.
November 7,
2018. Actually,
I opened it up the other day.
The first project was the remix that we did of
Oh,
the
you're
Dea
right.
remix. Remember? We remixed
Technically,
I
yeah,
Wanna Know.
I think I had that. I had that somewhere too.
But then
Alright,
we worked on it after and turned it into Home, which we never released Home either. Home is like the first Caslow original that never got to see the light of day. Which we can't play now because we don't even own the vocal anymore.
Oh, it's this one.
What?
You'll remember it. Let me try to get a vocalist on, but she never sung because she took forever.
Oh yeah, this one.
But we'll play it too. I had Loom on this for good. This is shit. This is really bad though. What the hell's happening? Yeah, that was not a that. Yeah, I'm
If
glad
it
we
was
never
mixed
finished.
better, it could have been good, but
That needs a lot of work.
it needs a lot of work.
Put your walls up.
The melodies are pretty sick though.
This
What
the
is
first,
this?
First track. Back when I was shit. The original Waiting.
Oh, the original Waiting. Yeah, this is the original Waiting. completely different idea and like completely different.
I
vocal.
know. I think she sung it. Did she? Wait, let me
Andy,
listen.
I think that was the original we had but didn't finish.
Oh yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. The original was going there.
Oh, can't shake this feeling in my heart now. Gotta trust it, run with it, gotta let this love out. I've been waiting a lifetime, I've waited all these years for you. I've been waiting for you.
That's just bad. Wow.
Should
else
we,
we go over?
should we show him a little piece of Catch Me? Because Nick wanted
What?
us to
Have the master anywhere? Where is it?
Catch Me. Well, I mean, you could just play the finished file.
I can't find it. Oh.
Maybe play in like just the second drop or something. Catch Me coming out sometime soon, hopefully.
You catch me.
Eventually, it's coming out. Yeah, we should play them. We should play them the really bad one from the very beginning, not the
This
first.
one?
What was it? The Wild.
I actually still really like this song.
I still like that song too. But
it just happened to be shit
just
production.
the mix wasn't good.
I loaded this up like 3 weeks ago.
Can y'all send some of your talent?
Talent. This is. I wish I knew how to like mix better like a year ago.
No, that was over a year ago now. This was
yeah,
a long time. This was, I think, the second Caslow track we ever worked on, and it was a remix for our friends Wildcards that we never released. But this was
105 tracks.
Yeah, this was like the second thing because we had 2 different drops in this. Remember?
Oh,
that's probably why there were so many tracks. You didn't start at the beginning.
Oh god, are we playing the whole thing?
Yeah, play the whole thing. This is it, guys.
We used the same original chords in the second drop in all our tracks, but we just made them better. It's the same exact patch.
I'm a wild one chasing after humans, following the grooves of the system that we grew from. I can hear them calling my name, but I still can't break through.
Nice pre-master with the fresh shit.
I'm fighting demons, in my dreams I see them. I could be a free man if I only freed them. Even though these lying eyes don't see, I still believe them.
Something's off time. What is happening?
I got a feeling in my soul.
Something broke.
This rhythm's taking all control.
Oh my god.
Something broke.
Oh my god.
What happened?
I don't know. Oh.
Why? Okay, this project broke somehow.
This is entirely broke. I want to hear the second drop. I remember this. Is it still broken? This is so bad.
I still like that drop.
I still do too.
Like that.
Just
It's not a
horrible
bad.
mix.
I think
I'm a
producing
wild
wasn't
one.
good, but
Yeah.
the
Wild
I like that.
Yeah.
Andy says we should post here the Luma track we started but never finished. I don't even know if we have that anymore.
I think I do somewhere. Let me see.
Castle single 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's just do this. Let's delete them all. I don't even. Those are. I'm keeping that as like, hey, look what we used to make.
Feels 01.
I don't remember what it's called. Oh yeah, this
I'll
is
link,
in the
yes.
show. That's the pre-drop for the show.
Homeless remix. So that was another one that we scrapped. Actually, okay,
Yeah.
funny story about this Homeless remix. That was originally what Back to Me
Back to Me.
was. Yeah, Back to Me that we just released. Was originally this Homeless remix.
We
that
play it?
was- What?
Should we play it?
Yeah, we can play the Homeless remix while Andy sends us Luma one. It's right down, up. It's right there. It's up. Down.
Blind. Blind.
Down. Right, up, right there. Yeah, no, down. Right there. Yeah, there we go. This is another really old one that we didn't ever like finish or release. Scrapped it.
Oh, yes,
everything's
yes.
broken.
Oh.
Nice. All these old tracks don't load up.
Yeah.
'Cause
All broken.
I wish I didn't know you so well, we would be much better. I wouldn't read your face like I read your letters. I pray to myself, I'll reverse the problems. You can sit back and relax, I'll solve them. But I won't burn out, on my hands I'm kneeling. I would take control of all these feels I'm feeling. Let me be a part of endless moments. Baby, without you, I am homeless.
You listen to this and then you think to yourself, wow, like back then you're like, oh, this sounds pretty good. Then you listen to it a year from now and you're like, wow, that was pretty shit.
yeah, I mean, like, that doesn't sound
I like
great.
it. The
but-
composition is
yeah.
good, but
Yeah,
like
the
the
vocals good, the writing was good, but like the just mix
mix
and
is shit.
stuff wasn't so good.
What else we got?
Caitlin loves it. She says me equals on cloud 9. Andy sent the link for the. Send it to
Where was
Natala,
it?
Andy.
Email it to me, Bon Natala, because I don't want to open up my messages, yo.
He doesn't want to
I
open
got
up
some
his message.
private
so
shit
email
in there, if you know what I mean. I'm
it.
joking. Fat joke. Fat
They said
joke.
roller coaster ride seems interesting. What's that?
Oh, that was a remix, like right after Homeless. That
Oh.
one actually turned out cool, but it was very generic, like all our stuff.
Well, let's open up roller coaster ride.
Where is it?
Actually, I think I remember that one.
Yeah, I was like, dun, 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 dun.
What?
We go up and down, side
Like
to
a-
side, like a roller. No.
Up and down,
That
side
was
to
the other
side, like a roller coaster.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, here's the vocals.
Where's the vocals?
Or was it too hard cause I just gave up? Just gave up. Did I sleep away the day cause I was tired? Or did I get tired cause I slept too much? Slept too much. We go up and down, we go
I want to listen to the last show. I know we did something different. There's just not enough going on.
More saws is what we added, but huh.
Wait. This song, this is another good name. I called it something new and I was about to trash it.
Oh yeah.
And then our buddy wrote off of it and called it something new.
Yeah, this is
off it, which
another
is cool.
unreleased one, but it's called Something New. And it's funny, he named the project just Something New. And then our buddy wrote like the song around Something New. So now this song is actually called Something New. He used that as
it
like
worked
inspiration
good.
to write lyrics. It's pretty good, so we're trying to get that one signed too. Probably send that to you, Alex, maybe. I don't know. It's not really. Actually, yeah, maybe. I'll send all three of them to you.
Voice intro. Oh, that's
What is that?
That's the
Oh,
Han
yeah, that
Castle.
was-
Hey, Nick knows.
Who is that
And I'm
vocalist?
it was a remix competition.
Yeah, that was a remix competition, so I don't know who those vocalists were.
Let me see.
Sent the link
What
via
the
email.
fuck is?
Merlin?
Why is this in the Logic project for a roller coaster?
Andy sent the Luma project via email, he said.
Okay, let's go.
Caslo email,
open-
I think.
Oh. Nice
What?
PayPal. Oh yeah, but
Andy, I don't
Caslo
see
email.
it. Oh, Caslo one.
No look. There we go. Oh shit.
Signals.
If we want a chance to find a way
8 months ago.
out, then we need to stand here in the rain. Now you're gonna run, now you're gonna run to another one, to another one. Don't wanna see the ending on your face. We're all alone and so afraid, without a home, the darkest place. Nobody knows if we're okay. We're setting the signal fires and hoping they keep us safe.
Oh, this isn't the right one, Andy.
That's not the right one.
No.
That was
Give me a second, I'll find it. 1 sec.
I still like her voice and think she's a good vocalist. It just like that song wasn't. Oh no, I think she could have just given us a better vocal on it. But we also sent her a demo that wasn't done, so I mean we just kind of went and wrote that song wrong.
What the fuck is this?
Luma drop.
Oh yeah, this is different. I do kind of still like the song. Oh,
Version 1 signal? Oh. Version 2 signal.
okay. August. No. I don't remember which is which. Did I just say dick?
No.
Oh.
R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. is right. The song never came to be. Luma can't stop.
If she were to send us the other half of the vocals,
Yeah, maybe.
possibly.
Loading up the projects takes forever.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Half the
Is
shit's
this
broken.
it? This wasn't it, was it? No, stop it. Stop
Oh,
it.
no.
Oh. It's not that big. No way. Oh.
What the hell?
What is it?
Nobody knows if we're okay. We're setting the signal fires and hoping they keep us safe.
just messing around.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, that's kind of that one. I don't know. What else do we got in there? Not really much.
I'm better with you.
Oh, that was classic. Billie Eilish. Castle and Britney was really old. That never happened.
Yeah.
Another song that never happened.
Oh, January. This is right after. This is before our first remix.
Yeah, that was before our first Castle remix.
Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast was another one that got scrapped.
Keep crying, dancing.
We could show him crying and dancing, but I don't know. It's kind of secret.
I think it's technically illegal.
Yeah, actually, that's technically illegal. Can't show you that one.
Ghost Dragon intro. Give it a fucking in his back. Homeless. Okay, I think we went over all these. Kaylee. I don't know the name yet. What was this one? Oh, that was so nice. Really good. Okay, Let It Go.
Let
It Go.
Oh, he did a
Was
remix
that
of
like-
that.
Oh no, it was a. Let me see.
Let's go.
Oh, it's some light heart.
Oh,
I don't know. Castle?
Mid-tempo?
Mid-tempo? I don't know. That's
oh, that was
shit.
just me. I think I made some type of shitty bass patch one day.
We're messing around. Monsters?
What the fuck is monsters?
What was this? Alright. Monsters under my bed at
Loading
night.
up monsters.
That's one more monster.
Oh fuck, dude, we should keep this. Forgot about that take.
Who said that?
Andy said that about Can't Stop or the Limo one. Yeah, but like we got an incomplete vocal, so there's no point.
Nice $300 waste of money.
Waste of $300.
Alright. Here we go. Subway. And then don't even say this. Oh, this is the answer. I don't know what this record is. Yeah. Nice.
Huh. I mean, that was kind of nice.
Yeah. New single again.
New single again.
What is it? What if it is that? This is going to bin. Oh, the good Notre Dame remix.
And I don't blame you, 'cause every time you're gone, I wanted to. You mess me up just like you wanted.
Was Thank You Next an Ariana Grande remix?
Yeah, I was doing that with this other dude
Uh.
at one point before Castle.
Mm.
Thank you. Next.
That's funny. I kind of want to hear that.
Yeah, let's play it. I
Free
think
Caslo?
pre-Castle. This is 2 months before, a month before we formed Castle.
Hmm.
Piano fail. Let me just load up a different piano. Well, actually, this is a month. This is when I first started DJing on my own. For like random places. Let's put in. Where's the piano? Oh, let me put a new piano in. All right.
What are you eating, Brody? Oh. I didn't know you could hear it.
Are you ready for this shit?
Some Parmesan garlic chips. Wow, this is good. Really good.
I know.
Thought I'd end up with Sean, but he wasn't a match. Wrote some songs
Why is it
about
why is it
Ricky.
stuff off?
Now I listen and laugh. Even almost got married. And for Pete, I'm so thankful. Wish I could say thank you to Malcolm, 'cause he was an angel. Me love, one time be patient, one time be for that I say thank you, thank you, thank you. So fucking grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh yeah, but I was working on stuff. That was
Oh,
not
that's
what we were
fucking
working.
cool.
Never write a song for a girl. This is this girl's favorite song, and I was like, oh, she was my favorite one. You should do this, and I was like, yeah, because I kind of liked it and I did it, and then she dumped me like a couple weeks later. Never
Oh.
doing that again. Never write songs for girls or guys, whatever. It just doesn't end well.
Don't write a song for a significant other.
Don't.
Shit's not gonna work out.
Okay, I just want to peep this. I just really.
Oh,
do.
don't want to wait? Oh my god, yeah.
Wait.
This is on Spotify.
This is Leia Culver.
Unfortunately, this is on Spotify, and like, I wish we could remove it.
How big is she now?
Leah Culver, she did a song with Marshmello.
She's pretty big right now, though, right?
Yeah,
Like overall.
I think so, yeah. Can you guys hear me eating? Sorry.
I'll match you. Don't forget tomorrow night, Brody.
All right.
Music.
Oh yeah, right. I'm around till all day tomorrow, but you're working, aren't you?
I should be. I work like 12 hours tomorrow.
Damn.
Wow. You know, everyone did it just crash multiple times? It's a good sign.
Just crashes. Project 1. That's a good name.
Who's even in here at the moment?
I don't know. Let's see. There's actually 2 from Facebook. I don't know who they are. Whoops. What did I do? I accidentally clicked something.
This is the original something new. Oh, I found a gold mine.
Oh,
Look at this, no name.
there's not even a name. What is? Why is it so?
All right, we'll freeze it. That way we can at least play it. Don't wanna wait. I remember there was a note in the song, in the vocal, in the original vocal. I was like, that's wrong. And I had to go in and change it. I wonder if that's acceptable for a remix. Like if you actually change a like.
A note in their vocal with Melodyne?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, like if you're keeping an original, like the original vocal, and you edit, do you think they would care?
I think I've heard remixes where they've repitched vocal stem. I'm pretty sure
I've heard that, but I've never heard somebody like pitch a vocal down and try to make it sound natural. I'm like, no. Alright. Oh, how this is broke. Nice.
It's been so hard to weather the storm. I'm tossing and turning, it's hard for my thoughts to form. Tension's been built and you're aching through my bones. Sending chills to my toes. Watching
What is
the clock
this? Look at the name of this.
Talk, hurry up, no. I can't wait no more.
Oh god, they're loud.
Wow.
Don't wanna wait no more. I can't wait no more.
I know.
Don't wanna wait.
Oh, let's just do it. It's gotta be broken anyways. Oh no. Load.
This mic really picks up anything. Like, listen.
I know that's your mics. Are the way to go. You know the way. You put the headphones up.
Like I could just record this. There's a snare.
They got a nice little treat for everyone here. Are you ready for this?
What?
All right, let's do a nice little play.
Oh, you got some guitar?
You gotta come in with the vocals now, buddy.
I remember when I saw you at the end of that night. Something, something you were looking down. I forgot the lyrics after that. Something, all right. I forget potions. I don't know. I've heard it so many times. No, it's still loud. How do you guys like that acoustic version of Potions? Caslo's version. Killed it. I'm the best singer ever. Done. I want like I'm having like a weird night craving for like fucking cake or something. I don't know why.
Yeah, actually.
I want something. You know when you want something you don't. She says, "Yikes." Thanks. I'm a pro
For what?
for my fucking great singing.
Oh. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, she said, "Yikes." It was really good. So, I don't know what you're talking about.
August 29th, 2019.
I'm the next Chainsmokers.
New thing. I like. Haha. What the fuck is this shit?
How waffle is this shit?
What's coming up next? Are you gonna finish loading?
It just doesn't want to load signal.
Oh, the worst library to actually try and load. All right. Oh, still broken.
Still broken.
It's been so hard
Alright, this
to
project's
weather
broken.
the storm.
Just listen.
Oh,
It's actually all broken. All
it's
right.
broken. Okay. Italian
Not-
is green
not
screen
mad.
casually having a seizure. Yep. This green screen's casually having a seizure.
I know.
How did you do that anyway?
You can just turn it on
Oh,
inside
what?
of Zoom.
I should do
Like
that.
click on like video.
It's good to see an old picture of me dirt biking back there and some trophies.
Oh yeah.
And my door. And they see a little bit of a Porter picture. Oh, this is. I remember this.
I think I did it too.
It sounds like a lav LAUV style.
It does, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was what I was going for.
It sounds like it. Sounds like the start of a pop song.
Something you'd hear on like the radio.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got?
No.
I want to look at No Name. How big is this? Oh, see, that's not exciting. You want something beefy.
New
Like,
things.
oh, this is beefy.
Something new? Was that the first
Oh, I know
version?
what this. I think I know what this is. No, I don't know. Actually, it might be modified October 22nd. Yeah, actually, might be the original Something New.
Never not miss you. My only issue, I'll never not miss you. I can't get over all that we've. I can't hit that note. We've.
Been through.
She sings too high for me.
I want to work on more music. I need more vocalists. I need more.
I know, right? More inspiration. Well, wait, we
Yes.
got Taylor's. We can go finish Taylor's. I want to do something like. Whoa.
Ah!
Ooh. What is this? Oh, this is it.
How did this?
How did this get? Yeah, this is it.
I don't know. So I've been the old version.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is the old
Yeah,
version.
that's the old version.
I'm just gonna hit the trash on that.
It's finished now, guys. It sounds way better than that.
Yeah.
It's a banger. Well, I don't know. Shall we
I
go?
don't know.
We pretty much got everything up in there.
Yeah, pretty
Can't
much.
really show them too much more.
He wants to jump on a group FaceTime. Oh shit.
Mhm.
Unless they heard their Faith remix, they did.
Yeah, they heard the Faith remix when I was working on it.
That's right.
You show-
Cast. Oh no.
You can't show them the EP.
No.
No, can't show
Breathe.
them.
Oh wait. There's one more.
Breathe
I remember we were
Carolina.
working on this. What happened?
We can hear it again. Oh, the Faith remix.
Will you please have a faith in me?
Do you have faith in me? We should try to get her for a vocalist. Let's get her on the track.
Hey, is Alex still here?
Hey, Alex. Contact
Why do I?
Diane Fenton for us. Hit her up. We'll make a good song out of it.
Expensive.
Just supply that Skrilla.
Here it is. Oh!
Oof. We need a sponsor. Someone just sponsor Caslo and pay for our
Preston
vocals.
has someone who does that for him. I'm
Yeah,
like,
investors. Someone invest in us and just pay for
Yeah,
the vocalists for us, and we'll make amazing songs. Just need good vocalists. Wow, that was slam.
I know. remember this.
I ain't used to this, so I tell you there's no room for this. I always ruin shit, and I don't wanna see you go through it. No, it ain't like me to care or miss when you're not there, but I'd rather die than I love you. Yeah, you might be unaware I ghost when you're not there, but I'd rather die than I love you. Try to fight it, but it's too good. I don't want it, but it's too good. Too good. Wanna lie, wanna lie, why would I try to fight it, but it's too good. Too good.
I think the drop is shit if I recall. Yeah, it's just like sound nice and simple.
I remember this now. I actually kind of like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's like
I still
driving
think we
music.
should try and make a track like that.
I'm still
Another
down.
one like that, like something that's like house, but like really just chill house, like cruising, you know.
Oh. Oh shoot, I forgot.
Really good idea.
Oh, man.
Forgets.
Yeah, I know. Typical. Well, anyways, if anybody wants to hear,
Yeah.
these are all
Anyways, I
shit.
think that's pretty much it, guys. So we end our stream. We've been streaming for 3 hours. So.
What happened to the folder?
What one?
Shit.
Faith. They really want to hear Faith.
You still happened to fade, dude. Let's just play a quick snippet.
We'll just play a quick snippet of Faith.
You say it's hard to believe me, that you can't afford to need me. I cut you deep, you're running
That looks so weird.
but do you still have faith in me? But do you still have faith in me? Do you still have faith in me?
Beautiful.
The best part of that song is still the intro. Nothing beats that nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, I really like the cinematic part where it's like, I don't know.
I suck you dry, whatever the fuck the
Yeah,
lyrics.
I like that part. Someone says, she says cries in melodic dubstep. Wait, before you guys go, what would it take for one of us to one day collab with you guys?
Who is this?
Devin Nukes.
Is that the guy with gold,
I don't know.
gold something?
I don't know if I've met him. I don't know. We've kind of moved away from doing collabs because our manager has just kind of been like advising us not to focus on just growing Caslo and not, you know. So like we have a collab with Nick. We have this other collab coming out. Those were old projects. So we haven't done any moving forward.
Like 5 or 6 months, yeah.
We haven't done any collabs in like 5 or 6 months, and we're just kind of not doing that right now. So I don't know if it's like later down the road. I think like if someone could bring something to the table that's like super unique, like a really unique voice or like I
Or
don't know,
something, yeah.
or something, then maybe. But we're sort of just not really into that right now, I guess. I don't know. We're just
Yeah.
trying to grow the brand and see where we go. But yeah. Anyways,
Wait. One finale.
One
One
finale.
You think we're allowed to snip it?
That remix?
Uh-huh.
I guess we can snippet it, yeah. You can play it. Just don't like show the name or anything.
That's kind of hard.
Yeah, I guess.
Never mind. All right, next time we'll do it because I don't know when this is gonna be. Well, that's such a like
Well, you
buzzkill.
just rename the file. Quickly go over to the
Oh,
file.
you're right.
Rename it to nothing,
smart.
and then play it.
Here you go. Let me copy this bitch.
We're gonna
Copy that bitch.
show you something, but we can't see. You're not even allowed to know the name and stuff because like the song isn't even out.
They'll probably figure it. Oh, that one. Oh, I was
Oh,
talking about the other one.
What one? Never mind.
No, the other remix.
Uh, the new one. I was talking about the new one.
The one in June.
Oh yeah. They've heard it.
Have they?
Oh yeah. I think I played it in the set.
Oh.
Like people know about it. I think we haven't publicly announced it yet, but like if they're keen and have been watching us closely, they probably know that other remix is coming.
Okay.
I don't know if we should play it though. Probably not. I mean, the artists have been playing it in their streams, so.
It's you.
Yeah, so I mean, we got another remix coming out. Not gonna say who, but artists have been playing it. They like it a lot, so it's coming soon. In June-ish. Be on the watch out for June-ish.
Cross your fingers.
June looks like a good month. Yeah, no, play that new one, but just change the name so then they can't see it.
Let's see.
The song is not even out.
That's. Oh, I do have a bounce.
We'll play you guys something. The original's not even released yet, so we're already doing a remix.
Oh, here we go.
Again, not done. Not even half done. Not even. I think it's like one drop done. Not even done, but sketched.
Let's see. All right.
No, they can't even hear that. I'm clicking a button on my controller. And I can hear it. Because my mic's good.
Oh, here we go. Oh!
I like how you this song's called Ha 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 Ha.
No more thinking about you. No, not even once. I don't sleep in your t-shirt. I gave it away in a black bag with the rest of your stuff. I don't drink to forget you, I drink to have fun. Tonight I'ma let go and kiss someone. Had too many shots and now my throat is kinda hurting. Can't think of the reason why my eyes have started burning. I'm just being messy and all the world is too depressing. I swear every weekend must be allergy season. I'm crying, dancing, thank you for understanding. It's not my heart that's breaking, it's just these shoes are killing me. I'm crying, dancing, it's really quite outstanding. It's not my heart that's breaking, it's just the songs are playing.
That's it.
That's about it for that one. Alright, guys. I think we're heading out of here. It's been a fun 3 hours, though, hanging out with us. 13
wow.
people stuck it all the way through.
Wow.
Fuck yeah, you guys are awesome. We'll build up those numbers eventually.
Yeah. Cross your fingers.
Yeah, cross the fingers. Thanks for the production tips. Yeah, guys. You're welcome. That was fun. We like teaching you guys some stuff.
Might as well.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
if we know what
As
we're
long as
doing,
you can
but
yeah, I really don't know what I'm
we
doing.
don't really know what we're doing. Just kind of winging it, but it's been working. So
Throw it together.
yep. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, thanks guys. We'll save the stream on Twitch and probably on YouTube. So like, if you want to go back and watch some of the production stuff again.
Actually,
what?
Did you chop it up?
Chop what up?
The stream we fucked up
What?
because the song is in there.
What one?
The one we just played.
Oh. Yeah, I can cut that part out.
Okay, good. I was just gonna say.
Why? Because we weren't supposed to?
I don't think we were, but
Well, I mean, they don't know. There's no name to it. It's just literally just a blank audio file.
I know, but
Oh no, maybe I'll delete that part.
all right.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. We're gonna take off. So I'm gonna leave the meeting. See you, Natalie.
All right.
Peace out.
Pieces.
Peace out. And then I'm gonna end the stream in OBS. Okay.